playtests with characters for season. Buonasera a tutti. Hello, everybody. I stopped up the intro. Hello.
It's fine. It's fine.
Welcome to Fate's Grip.
It's okay. I yelled at Michele before the stream started for doing that.
I know, it was fun.
That's why he looks like a hurt little boy.
I didn't know what to press on the overlay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Fate's Grip. I'm just
I had a heart attack. My heart rate's so
talk normally. Welcome. Hey, we're all here. Hello, everybody again. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hello.
What was that?
I went for a proper handshake.
Nice. Hey, tonight we're going to have some chats.
We should do some shout-outs.
Yeah, we're going to do some shout-outs. I'll do mine, and then we'll go around.
Right, yeah, sorry.
Sweet. That's okay.
We haven't planned this.
How dare you. But tonight will be a few chats about just stuff, which will come about very soon. But I think it's probably best if we start off with probably the obvious, and that is that next week will be episode 1 of season 2 of
Yay!
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Thank you.
Hey, episode
good
1
job.
of season 2. I don't really know.
Do we have a name for it?
No, not yet. So you'll get the name of that episode quite soon, and we'll obviously tweet it. But that's pretty exciting. What do we think?
Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm so nervous.
Yeah, very excited.
Hands up if you're going to die this season.
Who's going to die this season?
Yeah.
I'll make it through it.
You'll make it
Keep that
through?
going.
You'll make it through on selfish wishes and...
You know.
And propaganda.
Probably,
Already
that's
have
true.
backups ready.
Have at least 3. I mean, remember, we are going to be starting at level 1. So,
Yeah.
level 1, squishy. As you have probably known, we'll talk about more about how
already
you might
learned that.
know that already a bit later.
The danger zone.
Oh, I'm very, very nervous.
Yeah.
I'm very nervous.
Death counter. Yeah, look, I think we should start a death counter.
We could put that in the rolling
adventure.
video.
I
Death
think that's a
count.
really good idea.
Michele dies in season 2.
I die in season 2. Hey, my NPCs have in the past in season 1, so I don't doubt that. In real life, who knows? Depends if they hate the campaign or not. Who knows?
A pun so bad you have an aneurysm.
Maybe that's what our group name should be. Death Counter.
Oh, what?
Death Counter.
Death counter. Ooh, nice. This was that episode 1's title.
Well, I don't know.
Hey, we'll be talking to the chat this evening as well. So chat with us. We're going to be making sure we look at the chat and answer stuff in the interim. So that's cool. So not allowed to hint at any of the spoilers we found online.
There's online spoilers?
Online spoilers?
Yeah, who's been leaking?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Look,
Well,
if people
I
have
have,
been
just
leaking.
not on the internet.
If people have been leaking, why do you care that much?
Yeah.
No, at the
Thank
same
you.
time, I'm
Thank you
also
for that.
proud.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's
Whoever
really
that was,
cool.
amazing.
My group's names is our game in DPS. Oh, that's a good idea. I didn't know there were spoilers. No, a whole page already.
Unless
Sounds
the
like a
wiki's
Telera
gone
thing.
up
The wiki,
early.
wiki.
There is a wiki. There's a fan
There is,
wiki.
Yeah.
Wickety whack.
So, with that in mind as well, Death Pigeon Squad. I like that. That's fantastic. We probably wouldn't, we wouldn't be able to give you a season 2 without some mix-ups and some changes. So I'm really honoured to announce that season 2, for as long as we hope for, we're going to partner with Ardent Roleplay, and so Ardent Roleplay, if some of you haven't heard, does some pretty amazing AR Dungeons and Dragons specific scenes. So we'll be partnering with them, and we'll have a cool overlay to share, and everyone will be able to actually take part in that as well.
There'll be a spectator code.
Yeah,
So
spectator
you'll be
code.
able to look at all the AR integration. We have the cards.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good fucking time. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I cannot wait.
Should be amazing. And systematically, it's actually really easy to use. So actually, I'm very dumb as a person, just generally. So just get on that. I know you're agreeing. You're agreeing. So get on that. Give it a go. I know when I've seen all of Ardent's games and I've been a part of them, it has actually been. It's been very cool to see something in front of me, something that I don't actually have to imagine. So it does take a lot of pressure, a bit of pressure off me.
I think when we've spoken about like what we would dream we could do with Fate's Grip if we had like more hands, I guess, is like we would love to do tabletop of minis. And it's just too much time, effort. We all have full-time jobs. But this is literally as close as you can physically get.
Yeah.
But not only that, every single person that's going to be watching is going to be able to fully integrate with it as well and be able to see everything that we see, which is really, really fucking cool. I can't wait. And to the team at Ardent, we love you guys so much. We first met Ardent going into Jasper's game day. And we all played with Jasper's game day, and we probably met someone from Ardent along the way.
Do you remember what the scene was? Yeah, that as well. That is AR we're going to be using in conjunction with Ardent Roleplay. So that's
Yeah,
pretty cool. Do
very,
you remember
very
what the game was?
There was multiple. They did a whole like Ardent group one as well that I remember
that's
watching,
right.
and it was all the Ardent team
Yeah.
using.
Seafaring one, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah, that rings a bell.
Yeah.
But Ardent also have invited all of us at least once to contribute in a one-shot. I know Michele has played a fighter that was really scary in a one-shot with myself as a bard. And then I know I've played with Promethean, who has left his stream on and is not actually there at the moment. It's just like a blank screen, and it's Promethean's like little streaming room. But Promethean and myself got to play alongside a couple of people where I played Cricket Hopmeister, who I think bullied and harassed a lot of people, which was lots of fun. So really excited to...
Has anyone here not played in one of Ardent's
I don't
streams?
think I have.
Not yet.
I think you've used it, but you haven't played
I definitely
in a...
used it. And it's
With the
very cool.
spectator thing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very, very
Spectator
cool.
code.
But no, I haven't. I'm
You've
excited.
played as well. Yeah, you played with
myself
Michele.
and Michele played in not the latest one, but the one previous to that, I believe
That's
it was. Yeah.
Yes.
And you had an obsession with coins.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So Jordan
Oh,
and
and then there
Sheldon,
was the
Clint said you two are next.
All right.
Oh, there you go.
Very excited.
Lock it in.
there were the Rust Monsters.
Yes. Yeah, that's right.
I have a terrible memory, but thank goodness. Okay.
I played
What are you
the
doing being
one
a
shot
DM?
that followed
I know, right?
directly after that. So where you guys left, we picked up.
That's right.
So we just cleaned up your mess.
Beautiful. Hey, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, we
Did you have to
found-
come across Rust Monsters? I don't think so.
No, but
So-
the party had to come across me. So I think that was enough.
It's intimidating.
I think that was enough. I did have a character that got aroused by an owl coming out of someone's mouth. So I think that was...
So
that
on
what-
to more announcements.
Ooh, Al roused.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Can I do my shout out?
Yeah,
Is
do
that
the
okay?
shout outs. Yeah.
I have to give a shout out to someone special who is in the chat at the moment. Who just like did a super nice random act of kindness out of nowhere, aside from the work that they already do helping us promote Fate's Grip and building the fucking wiki and all of this sort of stuff. But I have been eyeing off this journal for months. And months and months and months. I've been stalking this brand called the Quirky Cup Collective for I don't even know how long. And Talera, if you're in the chat, thank you so much. I received this journal in the mail. And it is super, super
Yeah,
pretty.
very pretty.
And it is definitely going to have 1,000,001 notes in it. It's got a gold spine.
I was looking at this one.
It is very, very pretty. So thank you so
Sparkling.
much, Talera. Very, very, very
Good.
grateful.
Good pick. It's very lunar.
It is. It's like the moon, isn't it?
Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah.
Like an
Yeah.
eclipse.
It's like an eclipse. It's beautiful. Total eclipse of the heart. Why are those death stairs there, Amara?
I'm dead. That's why.
That's true, actually. Nice. Any other shout-outs? What we got? This? I can't remember.
One little one, well, big one actually, Mithril.
Mithril Foundry.
Yeah, Mithril Foundry. First off, thank you for creating candles. They're amazing. And I got some absolutely beautiful ones recently with a little extra one in there, which I've been using quite frequently. So thank you for that.
Yeah, Mithril's wonderful. Mithril announced her next dice release. Fucking hell. Carnival of Flowers. It's the second Carnival of Flowers release that Mithril's done. The first time around, I got a giant chunky D20 that has a whole flower bud in it. Thank you. So definitely keep an eye out for that. It will be wonderful.
And Meeples and Dragons, haven't forgotten about you. Thank you so much. Again, we are continuing our relationship with John and Saz as well, and we'll be announcing another giveaway next week as well, and that's in conjunction with an already big episode of episode 1. So be there,
so excited.
or be square, or some other shape, however you identify yourselves. That's cool too. Sorry, yeah. So with that in mind,
I think I would be a chicken crimpy.
A chicken crimpy shape.
Ooh, like with the grooves? That's pretty groovy.
Also, just because you said shapes and it made me think of chicken crimpy. Isn't that nice?
That's fair.
Pizza. Pizza shape.
Pizza shape, like a little triangle.
No,
I mean-
like the one that's just covered in salty flavour.
Oh, so I got it. Okay, shape.
I do have another quick shout out actually, just while I'm
Let's move on.
remembering shout outs.
Yeah,
We do have to shout out also Aeon Craft.
of course.
Aeon Craft made the fucking coolest dice for me and Michele for season 1.
What? Hold on, what? Yeah, that's right. Yes, they were great. Sorry, I had to go back and remember.
So thank you so much. Also, it's always so much fun jumping into your stream. Aeon Craft did a stream last night. Last night? So watching it last night?
I think it was last night.
I feel like it was last night.
Dizzy asked you.
Last night where you could so if you haven't jumped into an Aeon Craft stream before, he pours dice live.
It's pretty.
And he doesn't plan them before, so he asks you questions about what colors like you want to see poured. So last night he created like a cotton candy pink and blue set. He did a purple and black and rose gold leaf set as well. So super cool. You can tune in. He's in the chat, so you can definitely tune in there, and you'll see him in our thank you rolling video as well.
Oh, that's amazing. Good. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I do love those dice. They're amazing.
I'm definitely commissioning him already for season 2. Maybe.
Nice.
Also, shout out to Chris for doing nothing.
Whoa, D20. Sorry. Definitely should use the live pause. Yeah, live pause are actually quite. I don't know. They're just
So relaxing.
calming.
He has a mocam, so you can redeem mocam.
Yeah.
And it's just a zoom in of his mo, and he
That is
makes
such a good idea.
really suggestive gestures with his mustache. It's
Ooh.
quite
Why did I know about
intimidating
Got us a
actually.
new AMSR.
ASMR.
Yeah.
And his moustache.
Yeah.
Please, continue doing that. And now I need to jump on and.
Oh, also, OzQuest. We have to shout out OzQuest as well. OzQuest is a group of people that play Dungeons and Dragons just like us, featuring Promethean and a bunch of really cool people. So definitely check them out. And Dice Casters. Fucking so many people, man. They're all in the video. They're all there in the video.
They're all in video. Yeah, absolutely. Plus others as well. I'm just going to allow all of the comments, so that's fine. Is he really? Oh, it says comes up with like allow and deny with some explicit stuff.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
We allow any explicit comments. No,
Pretty much.
not any.
Not any.
Not any.
Not any. This is a safe space, guys.
Correct. Yes.
Anyway, season 2.
Mostly.
Mostly.
Season 2.
Season 2 next week. Do you feel like it's coming around too quickly, too slowly? Is it?
I am
How do you feel
so
about it? Do you
ready.
feeling ready?
I'm looking forward to it. I am looking forward to the treacherous path of a level 1. Something I've not experienced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming in halfway through season 1. Definitely, I don't know. I would imagine that there would be a bit of a time to integrate into with the current party.
Yeah.
Are you going to feel that it's going to? Are you looking forward to maybe a different experience that might feel better for you to start with?
Yeah, I think it'd be nice to be there from the start. There's quite a bit with playing Travago and even Dench where there's a lot of talk that I'm like, I can't reference anything because even though I know about it, the character doesn't.
That would have been so shit.
Yeah, it's trying to find the balance of like, oh, what's this all about without going, let's rehash half a campaign.
I'm pretty sure a couple of times while you're listening to our conversations, you're like, I know what this is about, and you guys don't.
Yes.
Why don't you remember?
Yeah, yes, like the staff of power. It's a fucking bag.
Yeah. Jordan knew
Oh, I
for
forgot we
so
had that.
long that the Staff of Power was in our fucking bag of holding. So long. And we were just all like, we got a stick in there.
I think you had like 4 different stars in there that just you got given them in the same, just put it in the bag. It's like,
Remember when we had a
if
trident?
no one remembers what's there.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't want to talk about season 1 anymore.
No.
Let's talk about season 2.
Well, no. Well, actually, what I want to do is actually talk about season 3.
Ah!
Yes, NBCDM, I'm talking to you. Season 3, not in the works. No, not at all. In fact, a blip in my winked eye, whatever that means.
You got something in your eye?
Yeah,
Yeah.
something. Yeah,
Is
excuse
it
me.
tears of killing me last season?
No talk of last season, only this season.
Who will keep notes
who'll
this
keep
season?
notes? Oh yeah, I think. Look, I hope everybody, because this season you'll have to remember crap. Yeah.
I have 2 notebooks this season.
Yeah.
So I have a in-character notebook and I have an out-of-character notebook.
Yeah.
The out-of-character one is going to be sketches, and the in-character one I actually talked about on my Horizon Zero Dawn stream last night.
Yeah.
Jordan was kind enough for Christmas to buy myself and Ben like journals with handmade paper
Yeah.
and inkwells and quills. So we will
Quells.
be what?
Quells.
Yeah, we will be slowly writing like
Yeah. Okay. I can't wait for that, and then to miss half the things I say. I can't wait. It'll be great. And then look, what I also want to know that too. Adventure Arabic. What will be the first role? What do you want to be the first role of season 2 to be?
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, okay, I can make that happen.
I can't answer this question
And
yet.
my first role will be the how do you want to do this on his death save.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, just finish it. Make your final move. That's cool.
Shit.
Okay, all right.
I'll make it back up.
all that time. Who's going to say something?
Nothing.
I feel like I missed.
Is it you?
Is it me?
Is it you that was going to say something?
I was thinking, the normal perception roll, but maybe the perception roll is just too standard. Should I just, not do that? I'll do something else. I'll do a really what's a skill that you saw in that list that was never used?
Nature?
Nature. Yeah, you're right. Actually,
No, we use medicine sometimes.
you did.
I didn't use nature
I do.
once.
Nature definitely.
I don't know, I stuck to my strengths, so, I mean, if I go through the list of shit Travago never used, acrobatics, animal handling.
Animal handling was yeah.
Animal handling.
I don't think I used Arcana.
You did. Arcana was
Athletics.
hardly used.
Like a couple of times.
I used a
like,
lot of
running.
insight. A lot of
Athletics.
insight.
Yeah, climbing
I didn't use history
Yeah.
once, I don't think.
No.
I never asked if anyone was lying to me.
I
It's
didn't
not a
play
very
someone
insightful-
I hardly
charismatic,
used
so I want to do a
insight, yeah.
charisma roll.
Yeah, I'll have to
That'd be a question.
have to remedy
That'd be
some of these.
a Twitter question.
Yeah.
I got a lot of insight
Oh.
rolls against me.
Yep.
Yeah,
100%.
maybe you should
From
be
your
the
own
one making the
party.
insight.
Party.
Maybe you should make some insight rolls this season.
Maybe.
Maybe something with my proficiency.
Don't talk about that yet.
Well, I'm not going to divulge into what that would be, but.
Nice. Good save.
It was a death saving throw.
It was.
Because if he slipped up, I was going to neck him.
I was going to get disintegrated again.
with the eyes of stare.
Yeah, I felt it.
Have to roll the stats for a new boyfriend.
It's fine, I'll probably roll better than that motherfucker. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Thanks for joining in.
Oh,
Yeah, we're gonna go on a break now.
Oh, Ben,
Go on a break now.
Ben, Ben.
That's the death right there.
This is bad for me because Ben bought me Nando's and gave me a kiss on stream yesterday.
You're seeing it, but this is all recorded, so if I need to use this...
Yeah.
In a court of law.
Yeah.
It's there.
Get you back to this.
Yeah.
Don't worry, death saves will not be towards
There's a
you.
weird question in the chat.
Oh, just carefully looking at that map. Are we looking at a homebrew world?
There's no
Whatever
map
do you
there.
mean?
There's no map. What are you talking
That's the
about?
map we've always used.
We've always used this map. It's the
Today.
same one today.
No clue. Yeah, what is up with that? I don't know.
If only we could talk more about it.
Maybe. I don't know. Well, look, we might just skip to a bit of a bid. I think as a first.
Obviously, we have to do some advertising.
Yeah, we'll advertise. We're going to advertise a little bit of us, and you're going to get a bit of a cool little interim change, and have a bit of a listen to us as we have a bit of a chat about, in fact, what you just saw, which is the world.
Roll the right video.
I hope so. All right, let's see if I do this right. Welcome to Fate's Grip. I'm Michele. I'm the Dungeon Master for this fantastic stream.
Hi, I'm Emily, and I am lucky enough to be coming back for season 2 of Fate's Grip.
Hi, my name's Sheldon, and I'll be returning in season 2 of Fate's Grip.
Lucky enough to even be in season 1, I guess.
My name's Jordan, and I play Dravago Sunforged in Fate's Grip Season 1. And luckily enough, I'll be coming back for Season 2.
My name's Ben. I played Rook in Season 1, and I'm really looking forward to returning to Season 2.
This evening, we are going to talk about Season 2.
This campaign, we are entering a completely different world.
In season 1, our amazing, beautiful DM, Michele, brought the world to life. And so knowing that we're going to be playing in a new world that's entirely sprung from his mind, that's really exciting. It's probably one of the things I'm most looking forward to.
Season 2 is going to be set in this world, Vim. Vim is young. It's a young world that the people living there remember. It's a young world where there has been an escape. A world that was ready for them, but not quite. No one really knows what the history of the world is prior to these refugees coming in from all over the planes of existence that were crumbling, were being destroyed.
I love most of all how varied the world is. It's really high fantasy, soaring mountains, beautiful seas, all these different characters and all these kind of different themes that are meshing together really well. I think if you love high fantasy, you're going to love season 2.
Here, the magic of Vim is enhanced, so much so that as soon as one sets foot in this world, you already are imbued with some sort of magical ability.
It is extremely different from anything that I've experienced in D&D, let alone in Eberron.
With Eberron, if there was anything that I needed to know or that I kind of heard from in our campaign and needed to double check on, there's a couple of different books that I could go and look. There's a whole plethora of information on the internet. That's one thing I'm very excited for Vim, is that no one has the opportunity to do that.
Being a budding DM, obviously you read the content and you get used to some things, and playing in the games, you pick up on a lot of other things when certain tidbits are dropped on you. Like, okay, I know what that monster is and that. So it'll be really fun to actually jump into something that I know very little about.
For the most part, Vim as a whole is governed by their own laws in each land, but there is an overreaching arm in the Fae. These Fae were there when the arrival happened. But no one really knows and has made too much contact with them to understand for how long. Were they the first? How old is this world?
Viewers are going to enjoy the contrast between season 1 and season 2. From what we've done so far, it is 2 very different campaigns, but still has kind of the charm of season 1 with the players that we do have. in store for you.
There's definitely a bit of Michele's love mark written in the narrative of everything that he describes, and I think this is a really good way for everyone who has been with us for a long time to feel even more closer to Michele.
I think probably the most challenging thing is going to be
Playing at level 1, something I've never had to do before.
stepping into the mindset of a new character.
I'll give you a little hint that in a playtest that we did, I thought it was a good idea to start a battle by running through some fire on a ship.
After 2 years of bringing you Thorum every week, I'm really looking forward to something new.
And then realised that that would negate about 80% of the small amount of HP that I have without any means to heal myself.
And it's going to be a lot of fun.
Is really exciting. I can't wait to explore it, and with the amount of playtesting we've done so far, I think I'm really going to enjoy the world of Vim.
And that's Vim. To find out more, you're going to have to tune in every Tuesday evening at 6:45 p.m. AEST. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah. Okay. So this time I didn't spoil anything else by clicking other things. That's the world. That's the world of Jordan Prob's not a cleric. Straight away.
How do you know? Jordan could be a cleric.
Could still be. And hey, can we all also give an amazing round of applause to Emily for cutting that? Thank you very, very much.
Elrath, it's Vim with 2 M's. How dare you?
I will be probably butchering a lot of names, so you're okay.
Yeah, already done. Already done and dusted. So yeah, look.
We've already renamed one of the cities to Weven.
Yeah, 100%. So that's look. Just to expand a little bit on what you just heard. In like a very young world. So the people there, the people who you lived with and have grown up with, they're maybe 3rd, 4th generation. The world is new to people who are your grandfathers, basically. They're the people, or the great-grandfathers. That era, about 100 or so to 150 years ago, that's the people that came into this world and that were the first people to land here, or humanoids.
NBCDM said there's something astray with the Fae.
Something ashtray. Yeah, exactly right.
Ashtray.
It is, yeah. Smoke and mirrors. But
Definitely
yeah.
just says astray.
Oh, okay. So Vim, yeah, Vim is the world. That is definitely the world behind me. Thank you very much as well, Incarnate, because he's going to plug them, because what an amazing piece of software to make this map come alive as well.
How long did it take you to make Vim?
Hours. You start off with a blank canvas like you do with any sort of.
Did you build the map or did you write the world first?
No, I built the map first, actually. Yeah, did the map first, which is interesting because I think that's if I have a visual like that, I think. I feel like,
thank you,
very
Aeoncraft.
much.
That went to me.
Thank
That's so sweet.
That's really kind. Thank you very, very much for
I'm going to have to pay that forward
that.
now.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, map came first. I really enjoyed making the map. If anyone's had a go with Incarnate, just the amount of extra layers that you can do with land and shading and how you want to make cities look is really, really interesting. Hey, well done. Thank you so much for that. That's really cool. Enjoy that sub, Weird Judge. Have fun. When you look at the map and when you heard sort of that intro of Vim thoughts, and you can completely bag it, it's fine.
No, oh, sorry, John.
I was just double checking your our thoughts. You go first. I'll gather mine. You go.
Okay. I have always played in Eberron, and I think I said that in the video. And Jordan, you can probably relate to that. This like season 1 being your first campaign ever. And I think Eberron is very much like you can kind of do anything in the world and feel pretty free. Like if you run into Warforged robots, that sort of shit, like, it's not a big shock. And I've never been surrounded by magic before. I feel like Eberron has a lot of magic in it, but not to the extent that you've kind of described Vim, if that makes sense. So I think going into a world that is predominantly ruled by magic is going to be really interesting. I'm very scared about it. I'm very nervous.
Yeah, nice.
I really like the idea that it's potentially a bunch of worlds wrapped into one new one. So I guess that's kind of similar to my backstory from Trivago, coming from not everyone. So I don't know, I'm interested to find out what has come from other worlds and if there's some of these older races that have been around before him and then from the start of, I guess, this incarnation of it. What evils or goods they brought from their world, what potentially was in him before. It's kind of like, I guess, as a character, I'll be exploring it just as I am as myself, unknown. So, yeah, that's a big plus for me, is that anywhere on that map is potentially something new that I've never come across. And it's not hard to say, having only played really in half of one campaign and a few one-shots, but I've, I guess, got a bit more D&D knowledge than I did originally. I've kind of flipped through a few of the source books, because I don't know if you can see in the background of that video, we have several in this household.
Several hundred.
Pretty much all of the source books,
So I've had a few
Not
flipped
just
through and got a bit more D&D lore under my belt now, but I don't know, it's kind of cool that potentially anything from those books will be in this world.
Yeah.
I would, on a similar note, being a world of your own, am looking forward to also seeing what the social interactions are going to look like in regards to being such a new world, the creatures and things that we're going to be encountering, and whether or not they're going to fit those. Some of those things will fit those source books from like a D&D way, or you're going to spin it on its head. And that's another thing as well. Having so many.
Turn off your stream.
It's still on. It's still on. But
In a
No,
naughty
you just
boy.
gifted us some bits.
thank you so much for the bits. Go on.
Being its own world and love collecting the source books and reading the material. I obviously don't know what's actually in this, so it'd be good to put that.
Well, I think he's just realised. Sorry, continue.
That book to good use and start writing down notes and seeing my imagination run wild with you.
Yeah. No, that's thank you so much for that, Downcraft. Enjoy that sub Sherbrooke Waters as well. Thank you very, very much. It's we've reached the hype. Keep it going. Thank you so much. I think my excitement is definitely all of that. You already know that the Fae came through as well, but quickly were the dominant ones that then, the dominant race that then kept a piece of the world for a time and then sort of hid away, making the world as it is its magic. And but before that really, there's only artifacts, there's only exploration. A lot of this behind me are mapped. It's what people have explored already, but the undiscovered is about 90 to 95% of it, and that's what's cool. Like to the population. So that's what excites me to see what you find. Yeah.
My favorite part of playing is always, I love going to all the different cities, and it's about kind of exploring what makes it tick and who's in charge and how does it work. That's the thing I really want to find out. In the last campaign, there was a lot of kings and nobility, and you built this amazing world that worked in the background, and I kind of want to see how this one works as well. When I first got the copy of this, the first thing I did was zoom straight into all the cities that are coming along, and if you pay attention to the names, that's how I can tell how much effort you put in. Sometimes the names are all kind of sound the same in one place, and then across the river they all sound a little bit different, and that tells me there's something happening there. Also, right behind your head, there's a really thin little bit of land.
Yeah, I keep looking at that.
A really thin little bit of land that
I want to
links
cross it.
every single land together, and I bet you we have a battle.
I want to cross it.
I reckon. Yeah.
I reckon that's
The span. Huh?
something's gonna happen there.
The span. A big bridge that separates.
Can you point to it so the
Oh,
viewers
yes,
can
of course.
see? Yeah, so little.
I think one thing I'll definitely be pushing for in this campaign is not having a main city that we stick around.
Yes, let's
Yeah,
go.
let's go
I'll be
everywhere.
Pretty keen to explore as much of this map as possible.
Well, look, as long as you're happy with a 3-4 year campaign, I'm well, as well as that, the oceans and the cities, yeah, good little notice there. You might see a few sea elves and underwater cities as well that you might be able to map out and explore and trade with.
Looking at what they're seeing on the stream too, some of the most interesting parts are just hidden off the screen. Is that something you've done on purpose, or?
Oh yeah, like the crystal.
Not necessarily. I didn't do it on purpose in terms of how the camera's angled. No, that's just my beginner camera angle. But a lot of the some of the things are definitely a little bit out of view. Namely, El Quo to my I think it's my in the camera
That way.
that way, my right. Beyond that, there's something called the Worldwood. Just above me, the Crystal Graves, and a couple of islands, Island of Ulom. The Groove Forest is there on my shoulder, that shoulder. So I'm really excited to get everyone understanding as to what. Tell us nothing, keep it a suspense. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
I'm excited to see what this desert is. That is not the Mournlands. Like,
See, you'd assume the moorland is desert, or
yeah,
or
that's what I assumed.
Yeah, yeah, and
But that's
look,
just me.
in a way, definitely it is. But
I'm looking forward to the ice islands.
Yeah, actually,
South.
definitely.
Yeah.
That you just freeze to death on.
Yeah, but I actually like the idea that I'm gonna have to
Freeze to death?
remember to like ward against that. And, like,
Yeah.
Yeah, get warm clothing.
correct.
Because I think most of the climates and where I have been in Eberron was somewhat temperate.
Yeah,
It was
Also,
nice
as a
everywhere.
warforged, it might not have been as bad for me, but
Yeah.
yes, I'm looking forward to actually having to think about
You were
where I'm
fermenting
going.
beer in your mouth. So I feel like you could have been fine no matter what.
Yeah.
My throat's so warm.
Can
The
you
whiskey.
can you give me an idea of scale? Like,
Yeah, sorry about that.
no, that's for me. 'Cause, like,
Scale wise, I guess just to give you an you will. Financial wisdom, yes. Is there going to be a traditional face stuck like the Queen of Winter? Definitely, kings and queens are going to be a part of this. Yes. Scale. So, how do I do this without showing you like an actual ruler?
use your little finger.
Yeah, give us a little span of like a day's travel or something.
Okay, so
on.
yes.
A day's travel,
Okay,
yeah.
so a day's travel is sorry if my microphone's a bit. A day's travel will be
It's like the weather.
today.
There is a heat wave.
I'm trying to give you a good example. I can't really do it a day because it's too small a time.
A week.
How long?
A week.
How long would it take someone
Okay.
to cross across the?
The bridge?
The little bridge.
Yeah, that's a good great
So
question.
from basically the base of it to the port. Oh, sorry. Okay, let's go from that to here. That's a week travel.
What?
All right.
A week.
This world's big.
Is that
That's a big bridge.
That's walking casually. That's walking casually.
Oh, so that's not like I got a horse.
No. Are you talking horses?
I got a horse.
You're talking horses?
Ramshin!
Ramshin? Oh, for goodness sake,
thank you.
5.
Jeez.
Far out.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so much. Thanks, Ramshin.
That's very,
The
very,
walking, yeah,
very.
that's right.
We're walking a weekend.
all those gifted subs are contracted
Not
to
me.
watch.
Yeah,
You must come.
You have legally agreed to watch us for the next
Yeah.
4 years.
No, thank you so much. To catch them at the end of season, nice. A bus service in Vim. Look, I can't tell you if there's a bus service in Vim. No. There might certainly be travel, some other travel means, but walking and horse riding is certainly one of them.
I have a question for you, and don't answer if it gives too much away, but where are you most excited for us to visit?
Ooh. In terms of just a land or
Don't
one of the
metagame and go
countries,
straight there.
Yeah, big bad's there.
Al Pavel is nice. Yeah,
Right.
I'm looking forward to Al Pavel, which is
What about least excited?
I don't know about least excited. There really isn't one.
Scared for
me.
us.
Yeah, where on the map are you disappointed about?
It's going to play a lot like Pokemon. So basically, like level 1 to 5, you can go to this map. And then level 5 to 10, this one. And then down here where the ice is, that's only 20 plus.
Yeah.
You know those? Yeah,
Yeah.
20 plus. Yeah. No, definitely not.
Is there anywhere that anyone's like
And creature
just looking
scale.
at on the map and going, "Fuck, I wish I could go there."
Oh yeah, have a
Look, it's probably off screen for the stream, but the Crystal Graves, since I first saw that just, I don't know, it draws the eye to that.
Should we post the map to Twitter?
yeah, post it to Twitter. Post the map to Twitter, then you'll be able to see the crystal
I think
graves.
it's in
Shall
our
I?
group chat.
I definitely want to.
Yes.
I do want to go to Drunav, which is once again directly behind Michele's head, the kingdom
Oh,
of
okay.
Drunav. But I don't know if I can tell you why I want to go there because it
Don't.
might give away the world.
Yeah, don't. Then don't.
But
For me, again, it's going to be the bottom of the map, where the 2 ice masses are, or 3.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just subliminary because it's so hot right now.
Yeah. It's like conscious, subconscious.
Yeah, I want to be
Australia
there.
is ridiculously.
Or if I could pick another one, actually, I wouldn't mind. I don't think we've ever really been through it. Like, I mean, I actually don't know, but above, right-hand corner above the city of Jumba, I guess that's a swamp or
Yeah, it's
mangrove or something.
Everquag.
Yeah.
The Everquag.
Might be somewhere interesting to be. I don't think I've ever been in that kind of environment before.
Oh, thanks, Adventure. Yeah, look, screw the characters. Yeah, you all don't matter. The world matters. So that's I respect.
If you follow us on Twitter at FateScript, you can now actually access the map in its full glory. So
Yeah.
feel free to
Check it
check
out.
that out.
Check it out.
This was all created by the mind of our DM.
To be honest, I just put lakes in random places and it looked good. So
I just hit the automatic generator and
yeah, it was the generator. That's right. I made the names as well. No, I made the names.
I think what the players can all agree on, because I think we probably discussed this without Michele present, is that, you know, when you do an original, like when you do a pre-written world like Eberron, right? There are things there, and you can change it, and you can do what you want with it. I think, you know, I've played in 2 versions of Eberron. I think you've played in a couple of versions of Eberron as well.
2.
2
Yeah.
versions of Eberron as well. I don't know if you have. You definitely haven't. And Michele's version of Eberron, and I'm sure the chat can agree, was just so fucking cool. So cool. So to take that coolness and put it into a homebrew world that's completely designed by you is so fucking exciting. I can't wait. I'm so keen.
I'm just really I'm really excited to see what you discover. It's
You can't say much.
I can't say much, but I think it's cool to already have the pleasure of having you all to actually have some time in the world. So we've had how many? 3, 4. We've had four little runs in
Little playtests.
4 playtests, yeah. In this
People have
world
already
already.
died.
Yeah.
People have already died.
People have already died, but we're not going to talk about that yet. We're not going to talk about that yet.
It's been more disappointing to the DM than
It was.
Than me.
It was. It was.
Oh my gosh, Ramshin, no. Revenge of the Six, extra planar Boogaloo as per M the GM. Oh
Just
no.
the word boogaloo. Do it. Yeah. Why not?
You know that everyone in the chat is going to ask this, and I know that I asked it as well. But I am going to ask you and put you on the spot with expectation of the exact same fuck no answer that you gave me. Will there be a crossover between season 1 and season 2?
Oh, right. Is that a question that was asked in the chat?
That's a question that people want to know.
Do you want to know if there's going to be a crossover between season 1 and 2?
I've seen that in my chat when I've been streaming.
Yeah, okay. I mean, if you do want to know, of course there will be. What are you talking about?
You lied to me then.
Of course I did.
You bastard.
Yeah, look, I can see that there are connections between
You lied to my face.
Yeah, gird your loins. It's probably like it'll come about. How? Who knows?
I'm like actually offended. Michaela like brutally
Yeah,
lied to
but
my
the chat's
face.
important. So, well, I'm
I'm
sorry.
glad you all the time.
Okay, you edit these fucking videos you're on yourself. Like next time. Fuck
It's
you.
hotter in here now.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Claiming the giant
Change the
ghost ship
lights
in the
to red.
south. Oh, you saw the ghost ship in the south. Look, the ghost ship in the south is one of decoration. Whether or not it's an actual ghost ship, they'll just have to go there and find out. There's also a big sea serpent. Who knows?
There it is.
There is a big red sea serpent right there. Yeah, it's cool. What?
No, Ben.
No, don't go there. Don't
Don't go there.
Resist. Desist.
Please, don't go there. Don't encourage it.
Anyhow, do players have any influence to help shape the world? A question from the chat. Did players have an influence and help shape the world?
No.
I'm going to say no for the most part. No, I think
We pitched our characters to you after the world.
yeah. So the characters came in after the world because I think having doing it in that sort of way. Oh yeah, you'll definitely get new stream emojis. Absolutely. Once we understand
You're making those, right?
what they come
Because
across.
fuck me.
Yeah, that is correct.
No,
That
I'm
is correct.
joking.
I'll see what I can do. But yeah, look.
It's called Procreate and a pencil and a tablet.
Oh, cool. Oh, I'll keep that in mind. I'll get lessons. I'll pay you. Yeah. So definitely, world was created first. Input wise, I just went with my gut in this one here. So I wanted something that wasn't it was quite different from Eberron in that I didn't want like a Forgotten Realms or an existing world. I wanted to challenge myself, and I'm going to be challenging myself all this for this campaign because remember there's everything. There's everything new. There's new flowers. There's new rocks. There's new, there's everything like that. So the challenge is had. So there's a lot more that can go wrong with if I don't remember certain things. So definitely I'll keep a diary, and I wanted that to be sort of the base, and then your characters. After teaching you a little bit about the world and what you know, which also is a bit of a challenge.
We don't have characters yet.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. No, those play tests, it was just you all in the world.
It was
Yeah.
just Ben fucking rolling for inside every time we walked into a cave.
Am I dead?
Yeah, I actually needed a defibrillate. Defibrillate.
I think it's funny looking back at how far we've come. I don't know about you guys, but I just think it's fucked that we're about to play into a homebrew world. After, I don't know, man, playing in Eberron for so long. It still doesn't feel like campaign 1's over.
I know, it kind of doesn't, does it?
Feels weird.
Yeah. Maybe a few more playtests before next week.
Maybe.
It's just every night we'll come together. No, let's not.
Hey, I'd
Look,
come together every night.
be
I would as well. But I don't want to put pressure on anyone, obviously. As well.
It feels a bit weird that we've gone, 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Without rolling
This is our
dice.
second week without
Yeah.
rolling dice. We did Mate's Quip that was last week. Mate's Quip was last week.
Yeah.
It feels like a
so
year ago.
long ago, right? It feels like a long time. Yeah.
I wouldn't say not rolling dice because just like in character, we have a lot of competitions in real life, and one of them is snap decision rolls and made up characters.
Oh my
roll the
god,
dice.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, these guys, they're
don't know this.
they're like roll a character, and then they grab 4d6 each, and they're like brr brr.
It's only because there's
brr.
probably 48 dice sets in this house.
No,
but
that's just
it's
in my bag.
It's not hard to walk past 20
Yeah.
d6s, so it's character roll.
It becomes a little gambling den here on this table.
Oh yeah.
I think,
Like,
even
but
though
everyone
you
there's,
plays
bones.
great.
even though
Everyone
there's no
plays great.
substance to them, there's no classes or anything, it's purely
You
just the
get the
dice
best
roll.
dice.
I still get pissed off if I roll shit.
There's no substance to it at all. Look, I would as well. It's fine.
Yeah.
Campaign
Especially
2,
against
the
them.
Dark Knight bot.
Ooh. That one shot was amazing with the Night Puppet. That's the last character though. That was pretty amazing. But yeah, look, it has been a long time. It has been a lot longer than I would have thought and then now there's going to be
2019.
another commitment by everybody for another campaign, and I really, I know life gets in the way and stuff.
It was 2019, right?
Yeah. I know life gets in the way, and people move away and they go places and stuff. But rest assured that as long as I've got a computer and a camera in front of me, I'm more than happy just to continue the campaign, even if everybody here chuffs off and lives their lives.
Chuffs off.
You hear that? He doesn't need us.
Yeah, all right.
I wouldn't be able
First
to
he
do
didn't
it.
need me.
I wouldn't be
Now
able
he
to
doesn't
do.
need you
I
guys.
wouldn't be able to do it without you. But
You probably could do it.
I would try my damn hardest to keep it alive.
Do you know why? Because you
somehow.
just call up NVCDM and fucking Promethean and Talera and
Give me a
Ham.
voice.
Hey, you want to play on a digital stream with me? I DM for you.
Mate, I'm actually thinking if I do need a backup character, I might name it Chuff.
Yeah. Chuff, chuff.
Like Chookity. Anyone seen some Farm Space?
Remember Chook? Chook, it was female Rook.
Yeah.
My sister.
What?
But yeah, it has been a long time, and I
Just
think
before I died.
a lot of people that come into our stream probably follow us for a long time. Some of us may not have, and some of them may have just seen us once. So I think this far along, I think it probably is about time that we maybe have a bit of a chat about ourselves and maybe give ourselves a bit of an intro.
I'm more than Amara, okay?
I think, look, I'm more than just this ugly mug behind a camera. as
One
well.
last thing I'd love to
Not,
share
not,
about
not by much.
going into this
Yeah.
is we are starting from the first episode.
Yeah, right?
stream.
No lost
Yeah, on
episode.
stream.
Right.
I think
No
we forget
lost
how
episodes.
much we missed
Yeah.
and how much development we had in those first 20 episodes.
Yeah.
So it'd be really good to see you guys watch us and how we're going to interact with one another
Yeah, for sure.
and how we got there as well.
But how do we interact with each other in real life?
Not
How do we-
Holy.
If only we had
a
something
lot
to
of
show us.
assumptions. Yeah.
How do we know who we are? Well, let's have a bit of a look at
Play the right video.
playing the right video. Another look at something a bit different. Same setting, but just a little bit about us.
If you
Sit
can.
back and enjoy.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there.
Hi there.
Do I say my name again? Do I say hi, I'm Sheldon again, or?
My name's Ben.
That's it?
Yeah, that's what you got.
Hey everyone, I'm Michele. I'm the Dungeon Master for Fate's Grip. Now what?
A little bit about me.
So when Michele found me in the mountains, I was a little baby, and he brought me and he suckled me to a goat. He said, "Drink, because one day I'm going to write a campaign, and I need you to play in that campaign."
Gosh, not much. Interesting.
I grew up in the 90s in an Italian household. I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons for a while now. It's been my passion for a very long time, probably about 20 years or so, just under 20 years. I'm old.
I used to previously play quite a bit of D&D growing up.
I am from a small town in Melbourne. I grew up pretty much on the beach. If you had have told me back then that I would be playing in a Dungeons and Dragons campaign on Twitch, I would have asked you what's Twitch and what's Dungeons and Dragons, and had no idea that I would have ended up here.
Actually used to go to a small comic book store and play with random groups a bit too.
I am a huge nerd. I love high fantasy. I love reading fantasy. Love video games.
Love Lego. Love Lego as a child. I used to have as well these crash test dummies that used to, when they crashed together, all the heads popped off and all the limbs popped off. That was fun.
I guess my upbringing was maybe a little bit less D&D. I loved the outdoors. Played a bit of sports growing up, but I was pretty big into video games.
Growing up, I was really into film and television, into music.
I don't know whether this is relevant, but my first CD was Bomb Funk MC's single on Discman. That was really fun. Played that over and over again.
I ended up leaving high school early to study music and film and TV, and was lucky enough to work on a couple of really cool film sets.
I love to travel. I've been to probably 30 plus countries around the world. David Attenborough is a huge influence on, I guess, a lot of places that I chose to go.
I'm really big into disc golf. If any of you who watch us are big fans of disc golf, please let us know in the chat.
Growing up, I typically gravitated a lot more to Warhammer 40k and fantasy battles. Always loved the combat side of things, painting the models, all that other stuff as well.
Role-playing, acting. I did some acting, a fair few years of acting classes, and I think that's what sort of drove me then into the Dungeons and Dragons scene, being someone who was pretty open, pretty happy to speak in a crowd and with a group of people, and decided to, with a group of early high schoolers, delve into a little bit of Dungeons and Dragons.
You know, being really into film and TV, I really dipped my toes into fantasy. Not too much, I'm gonna be honest. Never really was a gamer either. When I met all of my friends, I was kind of forced into playing Dungeons and Dragons. I watched a couple of people play a couple of games and was told if I wanted to keep hanging out with them, I had to play.
My first ever game of D&D was at a friend's place, and I went to this house with all these people I didn't know. He put this massive big book of rules and numbers in front of me. It described all these worlds and places and races, and I just kind of soaked it all up.
So I was kind of pushed into it, but I'm so glad that I was, because it's so much fun.
Ben, who plays Rook, he was actually a friend of my brother's.
Jordan, the dapper man, has been a long-time friend of mine, which I'd met through his brother, funnily enough.
And, you know, I thought he was too good to be hanging out with my brother, so I stole him. I stole him good. And we ended up housemates.
I was a character, a PC, a player character to begin with, so I would just hang back, being every now and again, you know, a Titan or a Paladin or something like that. I had no idea what I was doing.
He kept talking about playing D&D with a group of his work colleagues, and they were, at the time, bouncing around from house to house. And they did have a day here, and I thought, why not sit in?
Unsurprisingly, my first ever character was a cleric. I'm super familiar, and I really love playing the cleric class. They're super versatile, so many different spells, so many different ways you can roleplay with them.
I did play with Thaco to hit armor class 0, the worst armor class rule in the history of D&D.
But I actually fell in love with playing the game.
Because there were less people playing, that particular person with all the books left, it was up to me to be the storyteller, and didn't really stop at all. No.
I love that Dungeons and Dragons gives you the ability to roleplay and to shape the environment that you're in. When you're playing a video game, it's really, really linear, and you're playing to a world that's built for you. But when you're playing Dungeons and Dragons, you get to build the world around you.
Yes, Emily's bullied me into a lot of things.
I watched Ben and Sheldon and Chris, who played in season 1, all kind of get invited to this wonderful Dungeons and Dragons campaign that Michaela was throwing together.
Maybe first friendship and then after.
And got really jealous and invited myself. Luckily enough, Michaela said it was okay.
They got interested, these friends of mine, into Dungeons and Dragons. Or, not really, I just told them to.
We love to roast each other, and we can be pretty savage about it, but that's what makes it fun.
I'm really, really lucky to be able to DM and, you know, at my old, ripe age, continue to do it.
And since then we've created, over 90 episodes of something really amazing,
and thus born was Fate's Grip.
I've got some really good friends out of it too.
I'm looking forward to not dying. Starting off at level 1 poses some challenges, and Michaela has a habit of insta-killing my character. So I'd like to see how far I can push that.
I can't wait for season 2 to be, you know, a Twitter mania with people siding with people, hashtags.
It has been a wonderful ride. I cannot wait to see what season 2 has in store.
I mean, that friendship there is one of a kind, I think, and I'm really fortunate for that. Well,
Do we clap ourselves? Is that a thing that we're
So we're
doing?
done.
Great work. Yes.
We're
clapping
apparently
Emily.
all applauding Jordan.
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 I mean, super
Sweetie.
muscly looking in all that vest as well.
I was thinking that too.
Oh, look,
The
just
vest.
top.
What a guy.
I love the introduction.
Pushing together my strategically placed karate frame.
Thanks, Ramshin. That's very, very nice of you. Look, I did also learn a thing or two. So thank you very much for getting that put together as well, Emily. That was fantastic.
I just want to point out that I don't bully anyone here.
When did anyone ever say that? Hello, didn't see that.
Ben is safe.
Organizers is the positive word.
No, I will take credit for bullying a lot of people.
Help us.
But only
Will
at
make
these
sense.
tables. I don't call myself the producer for Fate Script for nothing.
They're true. Look, it's a title well deserved.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
it
edit videos
would definitely not
upon
look,
hours and
look
hours.
as good and be as efficient if Emily wasn't there. So,
Your film and TV, your film and TV history has helped us greatly. 100%.
so
you
Bomb
do
Funk
another
MC.
Yeah.
We do another.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Emily.
Look, this Discman.
Yeah, what's everyone's first CD?
That's what I was going to ask.
Luminescent blue and silver with the disc in there. You plug it in, click it, and then you close it with the beautiful sound.
We may have had the same disc.
No way.
Yeah, that's
Is that Sony?
yeah, I think. Yeah,
And then the
that's
crash
okay.
test dummies.
Yes.
That's. I don't
I
know
might have the same disc.
Mine was a Sony Discman.
Thing is, did you ever have a Walkman?
Look,
Never had a walk.
I had a
I had
Walkman.
Never had a walk.
MP3 player. Bro.
I still
Okay,
have an
I mean,
original.
No touch.
I have an original iPod Classic somewhere in this house.
Yeah.
It's got a cracked screen but still works.
I had to hum to myself to get through the day.
I carved it out of bark on a wall.
Yes.
In musical notes.
Why
Yeah.
bomb funk?
Why bomb funk?
Yeah.
Oh, why not?
Oh, why is it? I honestly, I could never tell you where I first heard the
Rock a
song.
microphone.
Yeah, I'd assume it's radio.
Straight
And for
from
some
the
reason, the
microphone.
beat was just on point. It was just so
I've never seen
catchy.
Michele this excited.
And I had to have it. I think Dad got me the Discman, and I went out and bought the disc myself and had just the one song. No, you know what? It had that song, and then that song in a remix, and then that song in another remix.
Yes.
You know,
Yes,
the
singles.
three or four of the same. Yeah, that
The
was
singles was it? The single
Yeah.
CD,
The single
yeah,
CD.
and you had different variations.
different
Remember when they
variations.
discontinued singles?
Yeah.
You should. We're the same age.
So this is
I
probably
guess
a
I
big
learned how to
insight
use
into
the internet.
the age gaps in some.
Hold on, no.
Yeah.
Sheldon and I are the same age.
I have never owned a CD.
Goodness
What?
gracious.
No.
How do you never
Your
own a
parents-
CD?
But I had like a computer and a speaker and MP3 players and like.
What, you just didn't listen to music until you were
No, I
fucking
did, I
12?
would just-
Like,
I was too busy suckling goats and getting ready for this campaign.
Yeah. There were no MP3s in the house.
No.
there was no MP3s in Michele's shed where he kept you for 27 years.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
Look,
we-
Darude
that
is
part
definitely up there. Absolutely.
Yeah, but it's rude.
Darude,
So what was your first CD for the Discman that was apparently the best Discman ever that no one else, you couldn't buy it at the Discman?
For the Discman? Not first CD ever? Oh,
No, first CD.
Yeah, well,
CD.
first CD.
Easy. Give me a box. Emily's gonna get real sad
Of
because we're gonna go
course.
and stand on top of it.
Yeah.
No doubt, Gwen Stefani.
no
Oh
doubt.
my god.
Oh, yeah.
Why would I be sad?
No doubt at all. Yeah.
I'm gonna talk for hours about that.
I think Sheldon.
I actually do remember my first CD. It was
What?
So Fresh Hits of 2000.
So fresh. Of course.
So Fresh
That's-
still is a thing.
That's why you forgot about it.
Yeah.
Really? Still a thing.
I can see it now
Yeah.
in orange writing with like the
Yeah.
squirty thing coming
Yeah.
out.
Look, I wasn't huge on Gwen Stefani to start with, but then she did a song with
I know what you
Sublime, Saw Red, and then
Oh,
I went
yeah.
back and I was at, Gwen Stefani was pretty good.
Gwen Stefani is
Gwen.
amazing.
But so,
Gwen,
fun
come and
story.
sing at one of our episodes.
Ben and I don't really talk about our relationship. aside from apparently then on that video where I fucking bullied him into love, apparently. But when Ben and I first got together, Ben and I were friends for like 2 years before we got together. I bullied him into that friendship too. But when we first got together, my dad works in motorsport, right? So he works for Formula One. And one of my first trips away from Ben was overseas to the Singapore Formula One Grand Prix.
So jealous when you sent those photos.
And when you go to the Grand Prix is fun whether you like motorsport or not. But the Grand Prix in Singapore is just next fucking level. And they do a 3-night concert. So it's like top tier A-list acts. So the year that I went, it was Red Hot Chili Peppers and Gwen Stefani. And I just remember telling Ben, because Ben couldn't come on this trip, we'd only just gotten together, and just sending him videos the whole time of like, hey, here's your like
Here's Gwen.
celebrity crush right in front of
It's
me.
probably good he wasn't there. I think you may not have been here. You would have been in jail, arrested, but for trying to head onto that stage. I don't know. So I'm so glad. I'm so glad you did that.
Thank you for assuming the worst of me.
No, all was good, great intent. I'm sure you just wanted a picture or something like that. You would have wanted a picture.
I'm not sure.
Nothing
What
else.
was your
mugshot,
first CD, Jordan?
I do want to answer that, but I also want to quick diversion before it goes out of the chat room. We have a question from Ranshin. Whatever happened to that goat?
My bro, he's still there, tight.
He's tight.
No, we are coming.
It's prepping for campaign 3.
He'll feature prominently.
Oh, fantastic. Good.
Sheldon's playing a goat
Styles.
person in campaign 3.
Sty is
There's no
half
characters,
goat.
huh?
Sty is half goat.
Satia.
Satia, yeah.
They're not
So
goat
they
though,
say.
are they?
I don't know what the hell you're talking
D&D
about.
race.
That's a Sagittarius.
Yeah, fair actually.
Oh, Satyr.
Satyr, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Satyr.
Is that how you say it?
Oh, it's not a satyr.
S-A-T-Y, huh?
It's S-A-T-Y-R. Please tell me how you pronounce Satyr.
Is that what
In the chat.
nurtured?
I don't know. I've never. Yeah. Anyway. CD.
First CD was Presidents of the United States of America. Yeah,
yep.
millions of peaches.
Yes.
Peaches.
Yeah, jeez.
Of course.
Followed
Such a
up by Battle of Los Angeles by Rage Against the Machine. But because I'm old as fuck, I also had a first cassette, which, funnily enough, was for a primary school thing. If anyone knows the Out There Brothers, boom, 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 let me hear you
Yes.
sing.
Oh, it's like that kick on.
Yeah.
No,
I do know
That's
that.
not
That song.
So what I didn't know as an impressionable young primary school kid was there was an explicit version and a non-explicit version. And we had a thing where you have to like, I don't know, like it was early primary school, you have to like come in with a song and perform it. And so I just bought this cassette
Oh,
and,
no.
I'm like, lick my booty up and down.
Great
And so that was my first cassette.
Follow my heads down, thumbs up.
My first CD ever was.
I could have gone back. Yeah, what?
Oh my
I know
God.
the game. I know the
Jane,
game.
yes.
My first single was Ponder Replay by Rihanna.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Jeez, you're young.
No,
Oh.
I had albums before I had singles.
Okay.
However, I didn't buy them. I listened to my dad's. My dad collected CDs back then.
Yes.
I still have a CD collection, like out in the back room. And my first album that I bought myself with pocket money was the Freaky Friday soundtrack, but like the Lindsay Lohan version.
Yes.
It was real terrible,
Nice.
and I kept it until I moved into this house.
Actually, you have a vinyl record collection. What was
Yeah.
your first vinyl?
My first vinyl. Oh, it wasn't a good one. It was All Time Low Future Hearts. Because I loved All Time Low. I was an emo kid back in high school, so I had like the scene hair and
You
like.
can just say you liked all time.
No,
Yeah,
I was.
that's fine.
I mean, yeah, I did back then. Not now.
Yeah.
But like I had like the pulled across hair with like the really short layers that you like styled with wax.
Oh wow.
That was a thing. You were an emo kid too. You had a long ass fringe.
I did have a big old fringe. I used to listen to Blink 182.
Where are you? I'd like to thank
Angel
Promethean
from
for
my
taking that to
nightmares.
his street.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Of course.
I'll add in a first vinyl too, because
Yeah, do it.
I got into collecting vinyl a
And you
bit.
threw them all away, you
I didn't
fucking
throw them away, I
monster.
gave them away stupidly because I went travelling, but because it happened later, so I had maybe a more developed musical taste, but it was Francis the Mute by the Mars Volta, which is an amazing album to listen to start to finish if you're in the mood. Just don't pick a random song off it and start listening, because prog rock with 13-minute songs with long sort of interludes is probably not a good one just to pick a random song. Plus the vinyl it was a three vinyl set in the one album, and one side of the sort of middle disc in the fold out was etched on one side, and with the kind of cool like fig tree
Ooh.
That's
design.
sick.
Yeah.
Oh, I like figs.
I have a question for you. You mentioned that you did acting. What type of acting did you do?
Oh yeah, Australian Actors Academy or something like that. So very first was it?
It's like short films or theatre?
What's that?
Was it like short?
No, theatre. It was acting classes though, so I wasn't a part of a company per se. I was taking acting lessons.
Did you
And
do
that
any
was
shows?
I did shows for them. So it wasn't and it was at like the Tivoli Theatre at those.
That's cool.
Yeah, those sorts of
I
things.
love the Tivoli.
Yeah.
So I did shows for that. So it was an Australian Acting Academy. That's what it was called initially. That was like they had classes all over.
Triple A.
Yeah. And Miriana was my teacher, and she we got along very, very well.
Find her on Facebook and just send her fate script.
I know, right? Got on really well. It was at Bald Hills at a college there every Thursday night, and that turned into a South Brisbane. So you get assessed with little performances,
Wow.
and then you go up to another level of acting class. So
Was this YABC?
No,
It wasn't It wasn't an association with YABC.
I don't
You heard
think
of
so.
YABC?
No.
Okay.
That's why I don't think it is. And then you go up another level, and then another level, and then you're in the master's class or something like that. So I was there 2 years or so, and there was all sorts of things: improvisation, Shakespeare. There was modern. There was monologues, lots of monologues. That you did as well. I did.
you remember any of them?
The Fight Club. I did one for Fight Club.
Sick.
Do it.
In Fortitude
Do
Valley. I can't remember it, but I did it like a little dance routine. It was
Fight Club.
Dancing in Fight Club, yeah.
different.
Oh, right.
Different. But in the same show, like we made up this show. There was this awesome it was a song called "Angel" by Lamb. Have you heard of?
Lamb, yeah.
Yes, I can fly, but I want his wings. Yeah.
Stop that.
It's actually, I don't know, it's like ethereal and stuff. It's really interesting song.
I can't imagine that.
But we did a little, like, it was a slow dance routine with the whole
It
class.
upsets me a little bit.
Anyway,
We can listen to
Fight
that.
Club the musical.
On the drive home, we'll have a listen to that.
okay, we will. And I'll describe all of it. And then the second one.
Oh, someone redeem a dance so we can get a Michele routine.
No, it's really weird. I only remember the very last, and the reason I remember the last move.
Ramshin just redeemed do a little dance.
I don't know. It was like I don't know. It was slow moves. That's why I do lots of
That's
slow
right.
moves. That's why. Yeah, it was contemporary slow moves. You know.
Oh gosh, and VCDM's redeemed it as well, so you just gotta keep going.
Ah, right. Okay.
You need a royalty-free
I
Angel by Lamb.
Oh, you can have some singing too. But I want his wings. I can sigh even in the darkness. But I crave the light that he brings. Revel in the song that he sings.
I'd pay.
You know, that's
I'd pay to see that.
Interpretive. It was interpretive dance. Anyway.
I'm scared.
That's going to be our new TikTok channel.
The Fight Club one was the whatever.
Was it a musical or was it just a monologue?
That was the Fight Club.
That was not the Fight Club one. The other one was
That's the first rule.
We don't dance in Fight Club.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know the monologue that starts with you buy furniture. You tell yourself that is the last piece of furniture you're ever gonna buy, or something like
Yeah.
that.
When it's doing like the panning shot of his apartment.
Yes.
With all your IKEA stuff
Yes,
slashed.
that's the monologue I did.
I watched that movie so many
Oh,
times.
there we go. Yeah, so that's the monologue I did. So that was it was really cool. Like I really enjoyed like the acting I did there. Improvisation was always cool. I did a little scene, the Shawshank Redemption, the very first scene where he's in the courtroom, that sort of thing. So all sorts of things. It was lots of fun. That was a really long answer to your question.
The reason why this is just, you know how you just like suppress memories and you just keep them really suppressed, like really, really deep down, and then they
Right.
come out.
I'm so sorry.
YABC, I used to be a part of this fucking theatre company called YABC
Yeah.
because I did musical theatre as a kid.
Oh.
I know. Fucking weird, right?
Do you remember any dances that you did?
Yeah, unfortunately I do.
Uh,
So I did.
Hey, Chad.
I don't dance.
Don't ask
So-
me. I don't dance. Anyway.
I'm just gonna finish my text message to you before I answer. Did
Okay.
anyone else do theatre here?
No, but I was an extra.
Is that right?
Yeah.
For what?
A TV show called Misery Guts that was filmed in Shorncliffe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Misery Guts. That rings a bell.
I got to play a bully for like a couple of episodes.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
it was actually quite good.
What?
And
I didn't know that.
funnily enough, Emily bullies you into things.
Yeah.
So YABC was called the Young Australian Broadway
Yeah.
Chorus, and similar, you got assessed as like you went through. So you started off as like person, and then you went up to like, oh, you're slightly better than these guys, but you're not solo material, and then you go up to a soloist, right? And you do musical theatre productions at the end of each of these runs. And so I did 3 years, and I worked my way up the ranks.
Mm.
I know, disgusting. And we did Grease,
Oh wow.
where I was a part of the chorus for, and fuck, it was so much fun. And then I did High School Musical.
I'm so sorry.
That was a lot of fun.
Did you have to run along a golf course?
I did get to do a solo performance.
Mm.
I'm not going to tell you which one. And then we did also Hairspray, which was a lot of fucking
Yeah,
fun.
cool.
Good movie.
So much fun. Great movie.
Yeah.
Fantastic
I
movie.
do like that movie.
But yeah, I suppressed that memory because I remember at the end of it, I was like, I can't do this shit anymore.
You know, but you can do it because Elrath just redeemed your little dance.
I don't
So
dance.
I think a little solo
I've seen you
performance.
dance.
Elrath has given us so much.
I know,
think
but I don't dance.
They are deserving of.
This is all I do.
Come on, do a head thing. Just do a head thing.
It's not very High School Musical.
Shout out to Sila.
No, I've got. Do you know why? It's like
This is what you educated.
It's repressed trauma. It's like so far down. So Let me tell
they've
you-
closed down though, haven't they?
let me tell you
They've
the.
shut
Now,
down.
as of this stream.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why.
Do not go there.
This is a Ramshin request. Let me tell you the reason why it's repressed. So, if anyone here is familiar with the High School Musical, I did that already.
Oh,
If anyone here is familiar with the High School Musical movies, which you
I wish I
fucking should
wasn't.
be, how dare you?
Really
if
wish
you're
I
not.
wasn't.
Michele is irrelevant. in
I
this
go for
conversation.
classics.
Excuse me, High School Musical is now considered a classic.
Bold.
In the second movie, there is a really horrible number performed by Ashley Tisdale called Fabulous. And I got to sing that song by myself.
Wow.
My sister was a part of it, and she had to play Ryan, who is the
I can't imagine that.
he was the brother. So it's, and that because my sister did it as well. She was doing backup. And there was some other girl that I met on the night that had to do choreography as well, and she was like on these like sun lounges with me. We had sun lounge choreography. It was really embarrassing, and I had to wear like a swimsuit. It was fucked. So that's why it's a repressed memory. Thank you for bringing that up, Elrath. But yeah, if you want to look up the worst song in the history of musical theatre, you can look up Fabulous by Sharpay Evans on YouTube. It's fucking terrible.
Is there a drink in there? I feel like Emily needs one.
It's so bad.
You know what I really hope is on YouTube?
Me doing it?
A certain episode of Misery Girl.
I know.
Yeah.
I can't wait to try and find that.
Have you done extra work?
No.
Have you done extra work?
I mean, I've
No.
I work like
Fun fact about this guy, he was considered to be the body double for Chris Hemsworth in fucking Thor.
The one where he let himself go.
No.
No, that's not it. That's not it.
it. Were you actually considered?
Well, it
I
was
just sent off all these measurements and everything.
it was a brief thing for setting up cameras and shit.
Okay.
For potentially having people act at you so that Chris Hemsworth could go sit in his trailer or something.
Sure. Yeah. Oh wow. Nice.
the nearest thing I've ever. I work stage crew for an amateur production of Thoroughly Modern Millie.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
I don't know what that
it's-
is.
It's like a classic Broadway show. It's like
Apparently, if it's not Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat, we can't call ourselves theatre kids.
yeah. No, it was cool. There's like a scene where like there's one scene where all these typists. It's a big like show. And there's like 30 people on stage and they're all typing.
Whoa.
And so they've got these typewriters and they lay the beat on those while
That's cool.
this guy sings.
That's cool.
And then the next scene, like to get it out, 15 of us just had to like move with the curtains, pick up the desks without rattling them, like cross through each other while another team pushed the doors in from each side. For the rest of it though, we just sat out the back and chilled. That was our time to shine. Nobody saw it. And
really
came out
cool.
at the end just in like overalls. We're like, yep.
Yeah,
Would you do musical theatre tomorrow if I had a production and I was like, yo, you
no,
want to?
because I don't know how to sing professionally. I do.
Would you do theatre?
I'd probably do theatre. Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably
What's
do
your
that.
dream production?
My dream production. Oh,
Evil Dead.
Avengers Endgame, the musical.
ooh.
Avengers Endgame.
Yeah.
The first thing that came to mind in terms of musical theatre, if I had a voice that I could do, Oklahoma. Oklahoma. is
Really?
absolutely. Well, it's such a classic, and Gordon McRae, Shirley Jones, absolutely beautiful. It's a beautiful movie.
It's sort
as
of
well.
all the RuPaul's Drag Race jokes
No.
like going through my head because that musical gets referenced a lot. On that
Really?
show.
Does it really?
Yeah.
You know, it's so interesting that, and then we're going way off topic, but way off topic.
Pretty far, yeah.
Yeah, we've gone really far off topic. I'm sorry. You can't ask us about ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
No one did. We're just talking.
Yes, exactly, Promethean, where the wind comes sweeping down the
So
plain.
Promethean, speaking of talented musicians,
Yeah,
Promethean is a musician
there we go.
and is playing at a music festival
Hey,
in Melbourne.
that's
That
amazing.
I fucking, do you know what? I was so close to being like, reckon I could do a weekend away in Melbourne and just show up. But I cannot do a weekend away in Melbourne and just show up.
That's fair. Look, it was.
It'd be
it was a
fucking
good
dope.
time. I know. Wouldn't it be great just to surprise him?
How cool.
It'd be great just
To
to
scare him.
to go to any place.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
You're wild, I think, but yeah.
To go anywhere would
Just
be
anyway,
good.
just general, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, another talented musician is Jordan. So people.
Did you talk about your musical talents? No, in that video. I don't think
Briefly, but I don't know if it made it on the
It didn't
video.
make it on, so please share it now because this is one thing I tried to keep so hard in this video and it just didn't gel anywhere and I was like, "Rah."
So I guess if you trawl the depths of the internet, you could probably find a couple of shitty bands I've been in.
So like a
and
music
there's-
video filmed in Africa.
Oh, that was just for funsies on a long
Oh,
trip.
that was good.
That turned out to. So anyway, I'm the hype man for a fake Kanye West. I guess I don't know, just video we did on a bus that ended up.
It's in the middle of Africa.
That was filmed by professional documentary filmmakers that I happened to meet on the way and convinced them to do this.
So good.
Which it still pops up every now and then.
Balcony TV.
Balcony TV, yeah.
Balcony TV.
You
So-
can find this information on YouTube.
Yeah, this is somewhere, but I guess my first character didn't come from D&D. It came from a Bucks party that you may have.
The jellyfish Yeah,
The
yeah,
cowboy
yeah,
jellyfish.
So
I would love to see that
It was
as a
a
D&D character.
combination of a couple of very drunken nights
Yeah.
on the Gold Coast that you're involved with at least one of them. But there is a character called the cowboy jellyfish that has shown up
You better be writing this down.
every now and then. It takes a lot of body paint to do, but I
You can find it.
combine.
You can
I
find it
combine
on
that-
Balcony TV.
I
That's for
combined
sure.
that with a somewhat semi-professional film thing for a band I was in because I didn't want to dress up nice. So you can find it maybe on a Balcony TV thing. I won't tell you the name of the band, and we'll
You
see.
actually did say the name in the video.
Did I?
Yeah.
Okay. One hint is it's on the back of a beer bottle, the name of the band.
Yeah, I was going to say how they're going to find it.
4X.
You got to give them a name.
It's
Yeah.
not 4X.
It's
You
not.
gotta give it more than that. You gotta give it more than that.
No, I want to see if someone can actually reference.
Let's
Give them-
maybe
give
leak
them-
this information
give them
periodically
one-
through.
One word from the band title. Just one word.
Quebec.
You can find the name if you're a
What's your name?
recycler.
Well, I think those are hits. I think those are
There's
good.
a few hints. It's yes.
So what
Just
what
so
do
you know,
play?
you can't redeem prizes if you're
No.
in Quebec.
Of course. No, exactly. Exactly.
Just gonna add that on the end of that.
Good idea.
Yes. Sorry, what was your question, Michaela?
I know Elrath, and we've just a bit about us, Elrath, actually, and that definitely has some rabbit holes there. So what musical instruments do you actually play right now?
I could loosely be considered a guitarist.
What are you talking about? I've asked you to play songs on a whim and you've just been like, yeah, let me get up the chords.
What kind of songs do you play? That was...
Yeah, do songs.
Oh.
You
And
did play it all too well to
Bomb
a
funk
room full
MC
of
songs.
fucking Taylor Swift fans.
I did also buy a keyboard once specifically to control a housemate that I was living with at the time because we were watching a movie and the Vanessa Carlton
Yes.
Very
came
good at
on,
playing,
and
actually.
they
Yeah.
casually mentioned that they can't stand that. So I literally went out and bought a keyboard and just
Do that.
didn't get past learning
Nice.
that and one Beatles song.
Yes. Okay.
That's my keyboard knowledge so far.
Beautiful.
Isn't that weird?
Mm.
Well, I didn't know this about a lot of people and we've been together like 3 years.
I know. This is new news.
Mm.
This is cool.
I don't think anyone cares about us. So
No, that's all right. That's okay.
I feel like now's a good time for some break though.
I think that's a good way to wrap it up. It's good that we thank
Save
you.
the best for last
Yeah,
after
I
the
think
break.
so. I think we got one more little trick about sleeves to show you after our little break. So
Maybe 10. Who knows?
so stick around, and we'll finish off with maybe coming back to
Anyway,
what
here's
Elrath
Wonderwall.
said. Yeah. To what Elrath said about page script. We're here, and after the break, we're going to
Play
look
Wonderwall.
a little bit more into maybe a bit more about page script season 2 and who you might be meeting. But don't go anywhere. We'll be back soon.
Sarah's Boney.
Hi, welcome back, everybody. Wow.
That's weird.
I think. I mean, should we just go for it, or?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, you know, you now know a little bit more about us, and I think
We're not that interesting. We just like talking a lot.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we were just like gas bagging, and
I'm a bag full of gas.
yeah. With that in mind,
Nothing against me.
It's all of us.
with that in mind, you know, season 2, Fates Group coming up.
NBCDM wants us to keep him in suspense for longer.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
What we'll do is we'll just stay in.
Should
look
we
at
all
the
just
camera
sit
and- Yeah, stay in.
Look, I will tell you that
That was so good. Everyone, well done. Disciplined.
someone does have all 13 episodes of Misery Guts up on YouTube. Sorry if I've been distracted. I've been spending the break trying to find young Ben.
I cannot wait to find young.
I cannot wait.
Yeah, it'll be
I
great.
feel I'm wearing a purple shirt for some reason.
Why do I imagine
So-
young Ben with a beard?
No. I remember when I got there, they're like, you can't wear that shirt because it had logos on it or something.
Yeah.
You needed to get changed.
Can't wear logos on film.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then they changed me and
Nice.
I had privacy, just in case anyone was concerned.
So season 2, Fates Group.
Not until you said that.
Yeah.
Can I just quickly shout out a comment we
Yeah,
got? Because
go.
I think you shouted it out while the last video was rolling, right? Promethean said, "See, this is all just making it seem more and more like y'all are just figments of my imagination."
We're actually augmented reality from Ardent Roleplay.
Welcome to the future.
That's true. If you can check out the spectator code and see us in AR. Not really. Not really.
That was very nice.
What?
Yes. So season 2, Fates Group coming up. We definitely did some playtests. What I think after maybe a little something we'll show everybody. I'd love to touch on those playtests and maybe a little bit about what you thought of them. Where in the
I'm
world,
so scared. I'm so scared for
And
this
just-
next video.
and just a bit more about your characters. So this video is going to be about characters. Before we go into it though, there were bets. There were bets made.
Oh, yes,
yeah.
there
Yes.
were bets. Do you have them up? No one was bold enough to guess what I am.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I was the most ambiguous.
Can we shoot now in the chat? 1 minute.
In our sneak
down.
preview. So, from my understanding, these bets were based off the 30-second clip that you guys might have seen at the start of the night or at the end of Mate's Quip. These bets were based on how everyone dressed and acted in that sneak preview.
Oh, of course. Yes.
So it makes sense if you
Yeah,
would like
take
to reveal the bets.
I
Okay, so
acted
the bets
then.
were.
Emily is a monk. No.
Yeah, so the bets were Ben was going to play a rogue, Jordan was going to play a barbarian, and Sheldon was going to play a bard.
Barbarian.
Those were the bets placed by peeps on the Twitter.
Michele is going to play the DM.
I'm going to play the DM. You got that right. So kudos. But I mean, how right or wrong were they? Well, I guess we
We only
have
got a
to
video to find out.
delve in to find out. So
Roll the
let's
tape.
just go ahead and play this for everybody.
Roll the
These
tape.
are the characters for season 2.
Apparently I'm a warlock.
We've been doing a couple of playtests with characters for season 2.
I'm pretty excited to, I guess, get to know some of the other characters that we'll be associating with.
You'll see some pretty fantastic and very different characters.
My name's Ben. I'm excited to be joining season 2 of Fate's Grip as Atticus Hood,
Atticus Hood.
Atticus Hood.
a tabaxi, daringly handsome, swashbuckling rogue.
By golly, I am really interested to know how far that accent is going to go.
Well, let's see how long Ben can keep that accent up for.
So Hood is a massive jump from what I was playing previous season if you saw season 1 of Fate's Grip.
Atticus Hood, I'm concerned, is going to eat me.
Curious. He is also at times uncontrollable, almost perceivable as being selfish at times. He'll change his mind at a whim.
I kind of feel like we're going to get along. I think Hood's going to be a very interesting character.
I think like all heroes, his upbringing was Pretty tragic. Introduced into a life of violence quite quickly and has become a bit desensitized by it.
I think there's going to be some fun headbutting.
Naturally, I'm going to get into a competition with Ben's character at any point I can.
Things like family and that have never really been a big part of his life until recent. And it's uncomfortable for him to not be self-sufficient.
There's a little bit of tension there, but also, you know, he's a handsome, charming cat. So who knows? Who knows how that'll play out?
Rook it was always maybe for the greater good, working together as a team, doing is what's necessary, or pushing a goal. Whereas Hood is very lost in what's going on around him.
The different energy that has been brought by Ben to this character.
It's going to be really, really fun to see that personality shine.
Bernie Sarah. I am Jordan, and I play Dravago Sunforged in Fatescript Season 1. And in Season 2, I'll be playing a character called Sid. Sid Degenerate.
And then you've got Sid.
So yeah, Sid.
Sid Degenerate is a straight shooter.
He is a drow. He's an aspiring bard.
Who has come to play a tune every now and again.
Quite different to Dravago. One thing I'm actually looking forward to playing as Sid is not having to be so goddamn nice all the time.
There's a bit of a duality there between the two of them, though very different. Hood can understand and relate to.
I know I get a lot of flack for, I killed a kid. For the most part, Dravago's been pretty nice, pretty good guy, always trying to do the right thing.
Battle-hardened, but also soft-hearted.
Just opposite ends of the spectrum.
He doesn't want to live a boring life for whatever reasons in his past. I think he's experienced dullness.
I think they'll become either great friends or probably hate each other.
He doesn't overcomplicate the situation.
Regardless of what it is, good, bad, indifferent, he just wants it to be interesting and fun. Might be abrasive in how he does that.
He can sometimes be a little bit abrasive, but can't we all?
I think you guys are going to see a little spice of Dench in this character, and I'm very, very excited.
I really am excited to see where Sid takes this journey.
Hi, my name's Sheldon, and I'll be returning in Season 2 of Fatescript as Velo Stormfront,
The old crow.
Very old, haggard.
an Aarakocra druid from a village in the south with a very dark secret. The most notable thing about Velo is how old she is.
She's ancient.
Velo is a very old Aarakocra with a whole lot of experience, and that's going to be very cool to roleplay and bring some of that to life.
We've already kind of zoned in on the thing that we're going to give shit to Sheldon's character for, which is her age.
Velo very much has started off on the wrong talon.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun and will bring probably quite a bit of insight into a group of quite chaotic players.
The adventure is something that was kind of thrust upon Velo, and rather than being something that she went to seek out. So you might detect a hint of that sometimes when you're talking to her.
I'm very excited to know where Sheldon is going to take Velo as well. Knowing the inspiration for this character is especially humbling.
Seeing Sheldon, who played Thorum in Season 1, playing a very old Aarakocra, it'd be interesting to, see how Sheldon develops this character.
Thorum is bold because he's never been stung so badly and had to wear the consequences of it. But Velo has been taught some hard lessons by the world and by life, and has a whole lot of experience to boot.
He has really started off with some of the best comedic moments we've seen throughout these playtests so far, and I can't wait for us to come up with our next joke of the day around Sheldon and subsequently Velo.
I've also never played a druid before, so it's my first time ever playing a druid. That's going to be exciting, playing a new character, a new class, something I've never done before.
Looking forward to Velo and perhaps tasting some Aarakocra eggs.
Hi, I'm Emily. I played Amara Sanari in season 1 of Fate's Grip, and I am lucky enough to be returning for season 2 to play Luna Sol Aurora Tarot,
So tarot cards. What?
the High Elf Druid.
Yeah, Luna is going to be an interesting character, I think.
Now, this is one I'm actually really excited to get to know as Sid.
Brought up by two parents that invented a concept you might be familiar with, and that is the tarot card. So we'll see how that plays out.
Luna and Velo have already butted heads a little bit.
Where she is at for Hood is a place Hood doesn't really like.
Very free-spirited, very hesitant, very curious, but also safe.
When Velo and Luna speak to each other, they come at things from such a different angle, and it's fun to explore.
We are not going to get along very well at the start, at least.
Also intrigued to maybe make her a bit more chaotic in nature, and introducing her to some of the finer things in life could be some really good role-playing moments, I think.
Sid's personality is probably not going to sit very well with Luna's personality.
As a druid, with magic at her disposal,
I'm really nervous, I'm not gonna lie. Amara was such a headstrong, hard and fast, let's get shit done. Fuck.
it'll be very interesting to know how the balance is going to go between her spellcasting abilities, perhaps what direction that she'll take the newfound powers that Vim offers.
Luna is extremely different, comes from an incredibly different family, different upbringing.
As a player, not having too much experience with spells as to what that looks like for decision making in a pinch.
I'm so excited for you to come with us on another adventure, and I hope it's just as great as the first.
So we've been doing a couple of plays. Fantastic. Hey, thanks so much for the welcome, John and Saz, and thank you so much for the subs. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, so just so that because of that quickness of that video, amazing music and cuts from Emily again. Go around again, introduce yourselves, your character, name,
Race, class.
and race. Yeah. Go.
Oh yes, from the top then, my name is Ben. I will be playing Hood, or Atticus Hood. And
Yay!
I will be playing
I'm
a
excited.
rogue
Do the
for
accent.
the time being.
Do the
For the
accent.
time being, I like it. So does that mean you're dying and then coming back as something else?
Well, expecting to.
Hey, sure.
It's already happened once.
We'll get to
Ben
that.
did die in the
We'll
plane.
get to that. We'll get to that.
I will keep the voice secret for
I like
It
it.
was in the video.
Like it was.
well, there's a bit of practice I need to do.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Nice. So, sorry,
What,
race.
racer?
Race Tabaxi.
Nice.
Tabaxi Road,
Okay.
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
So
So yes, you
Ham
did score
got it
one.
right.
You got it one.
Ham
yeah.
got it right.
You did.
What
So
gave it away? Was it the costume? Or?
Ham's first guess
True.
was a arcane trickster.
Ooh, interesting. I mean,
but
it could still happen.
Swashbuckler.
If you want the subclass, yes, Swashbuckler Rogue is what I'm aiming for.
Interesting.
Yeah.
No more secrets about future to character development, though. But I like it. Go for it.
I will be playing Sid Degenerate, a drow. If you guess Bard, you're wrong.
Hey.
Because we're level 1,
Yes.
and I am a
Future.
fighter.
Mm.
I guess
Fighter.
is upbringing that you might find out later on. And I guess, I don't know if now's the time, I do have some visuals of what Sid would look like. I think it might have been...
Art reveal?
Secret Santa.
Oh,
Little
let's do a
Secret
sneaky
Santa.
peeky.
Yeah.
So I can
Can you send
hold
it
it
to
up to
Twitter.
the...
Yeah, do that.
Can you
Yeah.
send it to me also?
I will then send it to Emily, but I'll hold it up first,
You'll be
and it
able
will
to
get
do it on
posted
Twitter.
on the Twitter.
Very close hand. Very close to the barbarian. That's true.
I don't know if this, I can't
Nice.
see the... Is this...
Yeah, pretty much
Lined up?
there. Yeah, pretty much about. Yeah,
All right.
little bit more towards you. Yeah.
There we
Nice.
go. So this is Sid Degenerate, a bit of a
Post on Twitter.
punk rock aesthetic. I think Larry might have guessed that. I know MVCDM's mentioned the wig a couple of times. That is in reference to it. Sid Vicious may have been a bit of an inspiration for the name, but you'll find out more about him as we traverse through Vim.
Amazing. Thank you. Go for it.
I'm playing a druid. I'm really scared. So I'm playing Luna Soul Aurora Tarot. Very, very different from Amara. She's a high elf druid. Circled to be revealed because we're level 1.
Yeah.
So you'll just have to wait and see, but very, very excited
Sweet.
to play her.
Nice.
Oh.
Go for it.
And so, hello, my name's Sheldon, and I'll be playing Velo Stormfront, who also is a druid. Probably will pick a different circle, but or not. I'll just annoy Emily.
Annoy Emily or annoy Luna?
No, you, Emily. No, really. So yeah, really excited to pick a druid. Definitely going to, without giving too much away, going to play it a little differently to how most people play druids. Hopefully, it won't be too much turning into animals and stuff. But yeah, I'll save the rest for the campaign.
Cool.
I'm an Aarakocra.
Yeah.
Verb. Big verb.
So 2 druids,
Burb.
a fighter, and a rogue. Good mix. I like it. I think.
No
Well, you got no
healers.
one else,
No
so-
healers.
Well, look,
Druids can
The
heal.
you don't
druids
have
can
anyone
heal.
else,
Yeah.
right? That's
I
fine.
definitely have a healing spell.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to put up with it, right?
How do I spell it?
Look, druids do have stuff, but and fighters with going into rules just a little bit, action surge can heal themselves. So there is a lot of option to expand on that, you know, and whatever path you take with your circles and with your 3rd level possibilities. So many now, so many source books and stuff that you can
That's
choose
if we
from.
survive.
If you survive,
If we survive level 1.
and if you don't, then new characters, fantastic. And
Well, not
so
really, because we had to pay for art. So
We
please
did.
don't, yeah.
fair. So not counting that whatsoever. No, sorry. No, but with that, you know, I think. What do you think of the dynamic of the party and classes and races?
Well, from the again doing this from episode 1, we've had a bit of a blessing and been able to get together and collaborate in a way to play test our characters, and it's been a really fun experience. And for a lot of the part, as much as it wouldn't seem that we would get along, there's a lot of banter and there is a lot of camaraderie from what I've seen thus far.
Yeah.
What happens between pinch moments, though, I think that's probably going to be the good storytelling moments.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think conversation-wise, bit of drink. Yeah, I got this tickle. It's coming back. Anyway,
Where is this tickle,
Yeah.
Michaela?
in my throat. That's why I'm popping. I'm going to drink now.
I remember when we first started Fate Script, and when we were doing season 1, and I forced my way into the campaign, Michaela was like, "What are you thinking about playing?" And I said to him, because you hadn't decided what you were playing at this point, I said, "I think I might be a cleric," and you said cleric. And you must have just sensed that I wasn't convinced. Like, you must have sensed that I wasn't convinced that I wanted to play that in my tone. And you said, really? And I said, yeah, why? And you go, I don't know. Why? Why cleric? And I said, well, the party doesn't have any healers and they probably need one. And you're like, no. Basically what you said was like, no, if you don't have a healer, there will be ways to be able to heal yourself. You just have to figure them out. So I think going into season 2, I kept that in mind. And I was like, what do I want to play? Not what does the party need? And I think we all kind of did that. We were all kind of like, what would be exciting for us to try out or play or experiment with?
Well, we didn't really
Because we didn't
know
talk to each other.
essentially until they were somewhat solidified.
Yeah. And I think that's exciting because we focused on writing characters that we were excited about and backstories that we were excited about instead of like what does the party need.
Yeah.
So that's going to be really fun to explore, I think, in season 2.
Yeah, I always go for that. I always think it's best if you don't know what you're playing, and so it's a surprise to all of you as well. You know, even though we're all friends, it's good to keep some things secret so that things of backstories included, but the race and class, just because it is fun to uncover it and just have those similarities and have those differences. And it's about having fun, and it is definitely about not filling in a gap where you won't have that ability to enjoy your character. So if y'all were fighters or whatever, it's okay.
Party of fighters. Can you imagine that? I'm so excited to see Jordan play a fighter. Literally for the reason that I've played with Jordan in quite a few like off-camera one-shots and stuff, where Ben's just been like, "Hey, you want to roll some bones tonight? You and Jordan can play in this one shot that I've just pulled out of nowhere." And Ben DMs.
Remember Quintus?
Yeah, remember Quintus.
That guy, he did
Me
not
and
like us.
Jordan
He
have
did not like
created
us.
a lot of chaos together in Ben's one shots to the point where he was like, "Okay,
Does that
you
make
need-
me successful as a DM?
No, you literally." So there was one time that Ben literally turned to us and he goes, like out of the story mode, he goes, "Just so you guys know, this NPC is now not on your side, so you need to reevaluate." And we were just like,
Whoa, realization.
we were like, well, maybe you shouldn't be such a dick.
From Quintus's
And you're
point of
telling the
view,
NPC that,
that's-
obviously. Yeah.
But
We also weren't referring to him as Quintus.
no,
Yeah,
we
do you want to
definitely have
refer
a-
to the name
We definitely have a
that
bad
made
nickname.
him
No, we don't say that
go
on Twitch.
into? Okay.
We might lose our affiliate stuff.
Yes.
Um,
There was
But-
things that happened in the background.
Sure.
he didn't like that my bard, who was a fairy, would play the drums and sing songs as we walked through.
No, I think he didn't like that you were calling him names pretty much for 3 hours.
What are the names?
We'll say that off stream.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've really seen you explore something that potentially has to melee fight that much.
I mean, Chicago kind of did. There might be some similarities.
Without
with being a
magic,
fighter, but
Without magic.
I don't know, you punched that kid. Pretty,
pretty bad.
pretty bad.
Kill one
And
kid,
then
and suddenly that's what you're
Ate
known
the
for.
kid.
What about all the other kids that help?
Child.
But yeah,
Child devourer.
I think too, like, we know a little bit, probably more than what you guys do about the characters, but not that much more.
Not
So
everyone hates me. It's fine.
It's kind of, the playtest was good because it might have got a little bit of that like awkward random people thrown together situation out of the way, but yeah, I still think our characters don't really know each other particularly well at this point.
No,
So
no.
We've been in a number of random instances together, not like a let's sit down at a tavern and have a drink.
yeah,
I think one of the other benefits of doing these one shots is that we have so much epic equipment granted from the DM
That's what are
from
you
the
talking
success.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a lie.
Level,
That is a lie. Yeah.
level, like the Ring of Three Wishes.
Yeah.
They're all intact.
like standard leather armor. That was a huge one that we had to kill a god to get.
Yeah. That rusty dagger. Just yeah. You have to
It was
sacrifice
actually a
yourself
-3
twice.
dagger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, that's one thing I'm definitely learning is that whole starting at level 1, and I think I don't know how you guys, your process of writing a character, but my backstory came before class and race and whatnot. So that sort of came from just writing a little random short story and like, oh, that would kind of suit that.
That's a good question to ask the table is where did your idea for your character come from without giving too much away?
Ooh. Without giving too much away?
Yeah,
That's
might be the hard
actually a
part of
bit
that.
difficult.
I got something for that.
Yeah,
So-
I'll let you lead.
Yeah, so my character, Bello, is an older Arakroc woman, and I did invent a little setting where she's from. Sorry, McKellar. Already breaking his world.
Perfect.
Already breaking his world. But yeah, so for me, it was like, to role play an old woman is like a pretty big reach for me, like creatively. But the reason I want to do it is because I'm Indian on my mum's side. I'm like, my grandmother was a single mother in India, and my mum also was a single mother in India. And they told me a lot of really cool stories about like resilience and stuff. And they're also like kind of old battle axes who are hilarious in sometimes a pretty dark way. Like just the darkest, funniest things come out of their mouth. So like kind of like that's a little bit of the inspiration for Velo as well. Yeah. All the best bits
didn't know that.
mixed with fantasy.
And that's why I said it
Yeah.
was like on that video, definitely humbling to know
So why
where
it's
that
taken me like
inspiration.
10 years to finish my backstory. Sorry.
Taking you a generation.
Yeah, taking 3 generations.
Oh, battle
That's
hard.
where that suckling came from.
Yeah. Yeah, they're looking for me.
No, I'm really impressed that you managed to piece together your character from that. That's it is Promethean. Absolutely, it's inspirational. Absolutely.
See how I play it first.
Then we'll get it going. So that's sort of inspiration. Anyone else have a particular idea as to where?
For me, I just wanted to play something that was polar opposite to what Rook was. That I like. There are influences definitely that are there that I probably can't touch up on too much without giving away a few things. But the idea of being a person that is, I guess, far slung from where they were previously and then needing to learn where they need to be or what they're going to be doing is an interesting concept for me, and I think I hope anyway for the viewers that it'll bring some rich storytelling and hopefully some good character moments within the campaign with my fellow companions.
Nice.
Yeah. And some good competition.
Nice.
Paul,
Yeah.
So in the video, obviously, everyone said that they don't like Luna tarot. Why would that be?
I don't know.
What in the playtests has happened that your character has come across maybe as
Let's
a
like.
bit apart from everyone?
I think this party is very different to season 1. You know, and I think this is very different from any character I've ever played before. My characters are usually very much an emulation of myself because I find it really easy to go to what I'm familiar with, right? And I've played monks a lot. Monks have been something that I've played like usually from level 1 to 3, and then I never get past level 3 and the group breaks up. So I really wanted to play a monk last season. Story before I get into that, if that's okay, about where Luna came from that I actually don't think I've told anyone at the table is that I had it sounds like I'm like making a meme up or something like that, but I had a really surreal experience once with tarot cards. Stop laughing, Michele.
No, please continue.
So I
You made me laugh.
it's gonna be real personal story without going too deep. I had a friend pass away, like one of my best friends pass away in 2016. One of my best friends that I've been friends with for a number of years just very suddenly pass away. And the coping process of losing someone is very, very difficult, particularly when you're in your early 20s. So I didn't really know what to do or how to cope with that, and I lived interstate as well, so I couldn't really like mourn with my friends. I had lived up here by myself. And when I kind of ran out of things to figure out how to cope, I contacted this friend of a friend who was a psychic medium, and said that she would like to do the whole tarot thing with me. And I had no belief in this whatsoever. I'm going to be completely transparent. Absolutely no belief, no faith in it at all. So I went with a very like closed mind, like, bitch, you don't know shit. And there was a lot of stuff that was said in this reading that you couldn't have found it on Facebook or Twitter or any of those places. Like you kind of had to be me or the person. And I was like really entranced by that idea afterwards. And it could have just been like The skeptic inside me is still like, it could have just been like she read my expression and I gave her. But that idea of like, I'm going to put all of my faith into like fortune and like energies and all of that and harnessing all of that, I was like, I want to play a character that like wholeheartedly believes that they can read the energy in the room and like just charm people with that. Because when I was sitting there, I was like, this is fucking crazy. Like, this is unlike anything I've ever experienced. So I wanted to create a character that could do that for people through the campaign.
Hell yeah.
The problem with that is that when you play a character that's a bit of a fucking hippie that like loves crystals and the moon and the stars and tarot, and you got a fucking swashbuckler and a bird. That's a skeptical, like...
Why is he not a cat?
Yeah, that's true.
A skeptical 90-year-old bird. You know, you're preaching to the wrong crowd. And it's been really fun. It's actually been a lot of fun. It's not that... Correct me if I'm wrong. It's not that everyone's like, fuck, that Luna bitch, she's so annoying.
No, far from it.
It's just that we all come from such surreally different backgrounds, and it's going to be really exciting for us to explore that as a party. Like, to go, you from your background, me with my background, you with your fucking neck level opposite background. It's going to be fun to integrate all of that together. And the problem is that these three are more similar than what I am, and that's the only thing. That's the only thing. But it's also going from being like Amara, the voice of reason.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun to be like Luna, the outcast.
If that even happens, the first 10 episodes or something really do and can change from the beginning. So, like you said, things change so quickly. Like when we didn't stream for 20 episodes, we've already established so much.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine that would probably go on forever.
Should we reveal that 20 episodes was just a guess, by the way? Like,
Yeah.
we just guessed that it was 20 episodes that we didn't
yes.
stream. We were like, what episode do
Yeah, I mean,
what episode do you think this
Could
is?
be a lot.
I actually feel like it was like 23 or something.
We
like
could've-
23 is on YouTube.
Could have hit the
23.
100.
we could have hit the
Yeah.
100
But
if,
we
if
actually-
if I'd have remembered.
We didn't know how many sessions we
Pretty
played.
much, that's
We
on
were
me.
like,
That's on
do
me.
you reckon it's been maybe 15? Like,
Hey, welcome D20. Welcome to the to chat.
Fine.
You'll have to rewatch this entire show afterward to find out some character reveals.
no, we'll post these videos to Twitter so that you can see them.
No, you'll see some videos coming in for Twitter. Definitely.
If I can feed back into that, that's probably one of the biggest things my character is also excited to experience is changing a mindset of people around them.
Well, that's again.
Yeah.
The development. Again, these playtests have been short scenarios, so we don't actually know each other's characters apart from superficial, I guess, surface
Work
encounters.
colleagues.
So that's
Yeah.
that's where I think
really work colleagues at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
yes, the whole video of I don't think Luna and Sid will get along, at least to start with, is I think
Oh, Jordan and I, we've had so many conversations.
I think there is a very big potential, depending on what happens in the campaign, for that to change. But yes, like you said, the spiritual hippie vibe from Luna initially hasn't mixed overly well, I guess, with the.
You got-
Although I think,
Funny fucking nickname for me right now.
yes, well, that will probably be as we play.
That's
But yeah, I think the punk rock, aesthetic, which I guess if we're talking about the character inspiration, initially it was just writing a bit of a backstory that could have been for any race or class, just to get something rolling. And then I started finding a little bit of inspiration probably from maybe my youth, being a little punk rock kid. First concert I went to was like 90s pop punk, so first concert I went to was NoFX. That's the arena, if it's still there. It looks like pretty run down these days, but that's Lagwagon and Strung Out, sort of that whole, I guess, Fat Records vibe. And then looking back at that kid as an adult, just going, how, I guess, like naive in a lot of ways, and I guess, yeah, that whole punk rock scene. And then most people, I'd say, would probably develop their tastes a bit more, and it's still always there. I still go back and listen to a lot of these bands on occasion, but yeah, the musical spectrum that I listen to now is far broader, where there it was very narrow. Like, I'm like, cool, if it's in this little lane here, it's cool. If it's not so cool. But yeah, definitely evolved from that. But I guess that's part of Sid's initial thoughts in his, I guess, personality that he's got going. He's being a drow. He would, I guess, be considered very young in drow terms. In, I guess, the human equivalent, he'd be, that kind of late teens, early 20-ish vibe going on. But yeah, I think there's a lot of room there for character development being that young. And I guess I chose drow, one, because I think they might, in a lot of campaign settings, kind of be classically the evil guys. I thought, with the information that we were given about Vim, that this would be a perfect opportunity to have a narrative where the drow don't necessarily have to be evil, but it might explain why he's a bit of a dick.
Yeah.
I think it's funny. Jordan and I went on a bike ride the other day. We rode from, if you're from Brisbane, we rode from Shorncliffe across the Hornybrook Bridge to Pelican Park, and it was like 20 k's. And this is like a hectic bike path. Like, there's always cyclists coming up, and they're like, ding ding, come past you, and there's just me and Jordan like. But like, we would ride single file, and then as soon as it was clear, Jordan would like ride up next to me and be like, so campaign 2, and we'd just be like riding along. And this ride went so quickly because we were just like D&D, Sid, Luna, Sid, Hood, Valo, Michele. Like, it was really funny.
Oh yeah, we have a DM.
You can run it yourselves. It's okay. Like, if you really want to, that's all right.
How many of our NPCs, of your NPCs, are we going to fuck over this season?
You didn't really do that last season.
We collected them all. Is he coming to campaign 2?
You don't know. You don't. You're going to meet.
So you can fuck him over into a campaign?
NPCM guesses 12. We'll see if that's correct. No, you really didn't, and I don't think it's going to. I mean, may turn out like that. Who knows?
In the playtests, have we already made enemies?
Well, let's talk about these playtests. Actually, let's talk about these playtests. So
we made enemies
what? No.
By putting the Mouse King in a bag.
No. What? Okay, so let's talk about that one, because that was the most recent one, wasn't it?
Second last one.
That was the.
Of course, because yes. So let's talk about the Mouse King. So one of the playtests,
the most controversial playtest,
was this party of people went out.
the Mouse King in a bag.
And had to. Well, what did you have to do?
Roll for history.
Yeah, I know we traversed an area, and then we got.
So we came upon a magical tower and went into the tower and spoke to
We couldn't leave.
a powerful Fey being, if I remember correctly, who sent us into the mountain to find this
Mouse King
rebel fellow who we convinced that we could help.
The Fae were basically like, you can't leave here unless we let you, sort of thing. And we were like, yeah, well, please. And then we were basically like, look, we'll help you out. And we went to go find the Mouse King, and they wanted us to take the Mouse King back. But you all decided that you would like to instead help the Mouse King and fuck over the Fae who rule this entire land.
I think you guys are missing the most important details, which is
You played a tune and went badly.
No, that was the other one. One, if you're determined enough as a drow-sized humanoid to sit on a mouse-sized chair, you can. You
I
might
cast mending.
you might
fucking
break
all the
one,
time.
but you can definitely do it if you're persistent.
It's true. That's very important.
And two, that shag carpet works quite well as a weapon against water elementals.
It does.
Yeah, soaked him
Exactly.
up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that was that one. So there was one about a theatre though as well. Another playtest.
Yes,
was a
where
theatre. There was a guest appearance there. But talk me through
That was
the.
fun. I
do you
liked
want to
it.
enlighten people what happened to me with
No, I think look, I think this
with your choices?
the most recent playtest I didn't fudge the rolls and
You didn't fudge the rolls?
no.
Unlike
Does that mean like you normally fight?
Unlike
every other
every
game.
other time to keep you players alive. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But
Oh, wow. Thanks, Michele. Not everyone's alive. Shit.
didn't have to roll dice for that.
Whoa.
I just hate you.
Yeah, pretty much. No, but
You all said that too. So.
the massive worm-like creature did in fact roll a natural 20 on their roll, and that ended up being something like a 17 hit points of damage
At level 1.
at level 1, which was
You're right.
over double.
Because it was 1 point more than double.
Was it really?
One
Yeah,
point more
and
than
16, and you got 17.
Oh, for goodness
Yeah.
sake! Wow. So that was an instant death for someone who has already experienced quite a lot of death in the campaign one.
Hood died instantly.
I am
but-
not safe.
But I thought overall that was. I mean, thankfully it's a playtest and it
was a
wasn't
playtest.
yeah,
Don't
wasn't
stand
canon,
near worm creatures.
Pretty much. Yeah. That's what you got to do as a rogue, right?
I just point out that when I copped a natural 20 in a play test, I only went unconscious and didn't die, so I'm one up in the first competition.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
Already
I
didn't
don't
know it
mean
was
to
a
alarm
competition.
anyone, but I haven't died.
Survival is a right.
true. It is.
Excepting campaign 1.
Fair. Yeah. I was going to say we'll get to that, but we never will.
Jeez.
So I mean, theatre and that scene in
was fun.
in fact, so the first place that this playtest was based was actually in the
We've had 4 of them.
Nose Tip Mountains. The most recent one, which was the theatre, was in Old Recky.
That's right, old Recky.
Old Recky.
Get Reckied.
Get Recky, absolutely. And then the one before was on a ship. On a ship
Yeah, that was
With
with
the
an,
ice.
Yep, you were tasked to guard and help guard a goblin captain.
Yeah. Someone
Bringing
ran
back-
through fire.
Yes, that's right, you did, Sid, and you didn't really know as level 1 what that looked like. Tell us more.
Yes, there was a ship that we were on that was ambushed. They started a couple of fires on the ship, and old punk rock Sid thought it would be a cool little aesthetic to run through the fire, then take 2 turns to go around it, which did, I think, probably like 8 damage, and I'm like, alright, cool, I'm definitely going down this first round. Managed to get a couple of shots off though before getting knocked unconscious for the first time, which was pretty much like, I don't know, half an hour into the first or second playtest actually.
And it was the first fight, though.
Yeah,
It
first
was the
fight.
first
So,
fight.
That's right.
First
so,
one was negotiation.
correct.
so yes, maybe by the time like episode 10 comes around, I would have had that many concussions.
Are we going to be level 1 at episode
suffering
10?
memory loss?
Don't know. Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh.
Hey, welcome, X Calamity. We'll put up some videos on Twitter as to what we've revealed this evening.
They'll go on the YouTube as well.
And the YouTube as well, yeah, definitely.
Mostly
Well,
the YouTube probably because I don't know. Twitter definitely doesn't allow 8
That's fair,
minute long
yeah.
videos.
You might need YouTube. You were going to say something?
I was going to say, I started those fires. That
Right.
was me. I changed more after the first combat session about Bello. Like, I just abandoned a whole bunch of concepts. And spells, area of effect. So I probably did more damage to our team on that
That's
battle. Because I used a couple of fire area of effect spells on a wooden ship, dragging a block of ice. So that probably wasn't. Probably, in hindsight, that probably wasn't the best bet.
But that was the thing, isn't it? Like, that's what playtests are for, just to see how your character plays, if you want to play voices, personalities, things like that. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's great. It's lucky that we do get to come together and do those.
Yeah.
Keep going.
I had a really great concept of like this Aarakocra carrying a big long lance, and like coming down from the sky, and like using the reach. But no, it doesn't work. They'll just get within the reach of the lance and he'd punch you in your face. So yeah, that was also so no lance,
No lance, but
no lance for Velo.
Maybe something else.
Something else.
We'll see.
Something else instead.
Yep.
what's everyone's weapon of choice?
Rapier.
Currently a scimitar, a evolved later.
I'm a short bow.
You don't have to reveal it if you
I
don't
carry a scimitar, and Michele's let me homebrew another. Take the
Oh.
stats of another special weapon,
Oh,
and that'll be carrying around. So you'll, something else as well.
Nice.
Little range.
oh, Sheldon's getting treated better than the rest of us. I see how it is. No, I'm joking.
Beautiful. So actually, my favorite, I guess, scene is it's close to being the favorite. Is the fact that you were trying to get back to shore with this huge, massive block of ice behind you, roped and tied, and with this keep within it.
We didn't
Which is-
win.
But unfortunately, the keep disappeared.
Was that the Rat King's castle?
No, no, it wasn't. But that was really cool. I really enjoyed
This
that.
is not Mate's Quip.
We'll do that
I'm
later.
trying to get spoilers too.
Yeah. That's good. And then the very first one was actually the negotiation, the
That was hard.
hearing out. Yeah, I know.
That was
I know.
difficult.
I did.
I,
on
it
you.
was
Yeah.
good. It was really good, but it was like,
Are you going to share any of that?
Not really. Essentially, it was a in the Gru, somewhere in the Gru forest, which is just
Behind you.
where my neck is. There.
there.
They came across a clearing where they met for the first time, and essentially you had to decide out of a few people who lives and who dies. So it was interesting to hear that, and they were frozen in time. And you got to hear their stories and why you think they should live, why do you think they should die, who put them there, what circumstances, why you got to choose. Who knows? Who knows?
I'm still not confident that we picked the right one.
Yeah, it was interesting. Interesting.
Are you
that.
allowed to share who the beings were? Not to us, but like what you told us to the stream, or is that something you're planning on revealing?
I'll do that maybe a bit later. A bit later. But Fae were definitely involved in that. There certainly was a Fae Lord and Lordess perhaps in there somewhere.
Yikes.
And that's all I'll reveal. Yeah. Very, very cool to have you come together for the first time to make a pretty big decision like that. I can't wait for next week because I think the starting point is going to be very cool for some really cool role playing as well.
Ooh. Are
yeah.
we starting in a tavern?
You will not be starting in this
Starting at
tavern.
level 5?
That's
No.
Do you want to start at level 5?
No.
No.
We've already been talking about level 1.
No,
Yeah, that's it.
no.
I need to see this
Yes.
guy experience level 1.
Exactly. I really do want that too. That's exactly why I'm doing that for you.
And with very different
So that's your
stats to what Travago had. So
Travago was so fucking tanked.
I won't be able to roll like a 3 and go, oh, it's a 19.
Yeah, actually, if anyone wants to know, I do like
have a plus
to
14?
plan out my levels, and I don't think I can get anything over a 9. So
Yeah.
goodbye, plus 14.
Promethean, you can now be sad for when you
Yeah.
play our season 2 characters in a one shot.
In
I'm
fact,
gonna die more.
what I'd like to find out, what I'd like you to share, is what your lowest stat is and to what stat it is. So
What my lowest stat is.
what the number is and what the stat is.
I still have
I
mine.
think I know. I just have to check if I have any negatives.
Negatives?
I definitely have a negative.
Does
That
it count if you
absolutely.
have equally low stats?
Just choose one.
Choose one.
We'll start with Velo.
Charisma.
Mhm.
Really?
Charisma is 0.
That makes sense.
But what's the score?
Uh,
It's not 0. It can't. Please don't. No.
That's like a minus fucking 20.
No, it's an 8.
8. Yeah.
Yeah.
My lowest, unsurprisingly, is strength at an 8.
8 as well.
Potentially, surprisingly, as a fighter, strength as an 8.
Okay. All right. I do like that. The same. I mean, what's supposed to be a strength for the majority of people are like that you're playing that. We'll see. It'll be interesting to see how that turns out.
Look, again, I have not played a lot of characters
Sure.
and with different stats, so I may have just I might hope Sid dies like after 5 episodes.
Kill
I
me,
hope not.
Michele. I'm
about
rolling
you?
horribly. Can't survive.
Remember, challenge rating 1 monsters have much lower AC. You'll be
Did
fine.
I
You'll
got
be fine.
one-shotted.
Sure, I said AC. I said AC, not attack. What's your
Um,
lowest stat?
Don't stand close to the one.
I'm on an even?
Yeah, just pick one.
Strength 10. Oh,
10?
sorry, 0.
Or 10 is the score.
Yeah, 10 is the score. Yeah.
Yeah, very
Wow.
cool. Very cool. So strength for a lot of people,
Really?
actually.
Yeah.
Interesting.
This would be good.
I
Like,
didn't pick that.
let's
for you.
lift this thing out of the way.
let's try and push
Oh,
this.
brakes. Ow.
Push this door open. Climb this mountain. Yeah. Climb this hill. Can't wait. Nice. So that's your characters. So
What about our highest score?
what about your high score? Please reveal your high score.
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Yeah.
Yeah, I think mine's wisdom too.
I wish it was wisdom last season.
Yeah, shoulder.
Dexterity.
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 Dex.
I'm
Yeah,
a rogue.
cool. Wisdom
You're
and
gonna
dex.
know that. I'm
What, a rogue
generally-
with a high dex?
Yeah.
Generally the higher of the stats to go with. You know, they're definitely not the what do you call them? The dumb stats. You don't need definitely not the dumb stats to go with. So well done, good choice. So what would have been your second choice of class? Out of curiosity, and don't tell me if you don't want to reveal it. Like, when in your choosing, were you trying to decide between two, or you had it from the get go?
Might still, when we level up to second level, I might pick it still.
Okay,
Multi-class.
then don't reveal it then maybe.
I could reveal maybe a alternative that almost made
we do
it
an
as
alternative
this
as well,
character, which was actually play tested in one of Ben's little one shots.
Is this Aberdeen?
No, to be honest, that if we do season 3, he might come back. I don't know.
Well done, Betty.
I hope
Says
Michaela
me.
is ready for that.
Says me.
No, it was a cleric, I guess, to start with. It did well. We played at high level,
no,
so it was a
yeah.
cleric rogue.
Oh, yeah.
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 Good combo.
Yeah, had a whole. It very almost was this. I just didn't know how.
Is this the one that you played in the thing I did for you?
No.
Not ST?
It would have been, yeah.
What?
Like the initials ST? No?
No spoilers. So cleric rogue, yeah.
Cleric rogue, or maybe rogue cleric. But yes, had a whole backstory, sort of maybe 2/3 developed. Whole thing, but I just didn't know how I would be able to play that and basically not get killed by my own party.
Yeah. Fair.
With
Okay.
how I wanted
that
to do
one.
it. Yes.
Right, different.
I was trying to soften the edges of it, but I'm like, it's taken away from what I really wanted to do with it. But,
That's fair. Cool.
Oh, that was where I played the fairy.
yes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay. You had an alternative rule. Good.
Yeah. Class and subclass would be Blade Singer, Wizard.
Yeah. But the rogue won out, huh?
Hey.
The rogue won out.
Yeah. I think I did a lot of playing around, and again, this is at level 20 with feats and everything else. I could get my AC up to 24. I think it was.
24 is massive.
Yeah.
Just.
I need to use an ability for that, so it wasn't
Yeah,
a stand natural, but that would be an interesting way of playing.
Yeah, crazy. Very cool. Nice. Is there anything else you wanted to share about your characters that you haven't yet? Or keep it under wraps.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to revealing more while we're playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So fucking excited.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm so excited.
I think where you come from and stuff is going to just happen naturally
think
as
the
well.
thing that we haven't had to do on a stream before is it's so easy to like session 1.
Yeah.
I think we all did this when we played Fate Script season 1, completely off camera. It was like, describe your character, and I was like, let me reveal my entire backstory to you.
Yeah.
So that's going to be something that we obviously can't do because we're sitting this time in front of a camera, and we want to do the slow reveal, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to be really challenging. I'm super, because I just want to tell everyone everything.
Yeah.
I want to fucking pull out my little tarot cards and like throw them all down. I'm not going to do that though. I look like a little gremlin then. That was fun.
Oh, that's probably something we should say at the end as well.
Gremlin?
Gremlins love
Yeah,
gremlins.
gremlins. Yeah, definitely.
Fucking terrified.
Don't feed them. It's too late.
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
Don't get
absolutely.
wet.
So scared of gremlins.
Wait or feed them. Never mind.
Both. Both.
Oh.
Can't get them wet.
No, 100%.
Can't feed them after midnight.
That too.
Yeah, wet they multiply. Feed them after midnight, they turn into.
That was a terrible. It's not. Well, that was not supposed to be PG. Anyway.
I literally, that movie came out when we were kids, and I remember being forced to watch it by my dad,
So scary.
and I
As a child.
literally had nightmares for
Yeah.
2 years. My mum, I'm not fucking with you.
Oh.
My mum sponge painted my wall. You know how that was like a trend in the 90s? Like you get like a fucking
Yes.
sea sponge and you just sponge paint the wall. She'd done that, and I saw gremlins in my wall.
Was it green?
And no, it was pink. And I would wake up in the middle of the night and walk into my parents' room and be like, "There's gremlins in my wall." My mom would be like, "Go back to bed. Go back to bed."
No, it's her fault.
It's my dad's fault.
I love gremlins.
I went on the Gremlin ride.
Movie World.
Movie World,
Oh
yeah.
no, I
How
was
good is
supposed to
it?
go on that too. After the fact.
Yeah.
It's great.
That
So-
part where the guy's tied up by the film.
Like
Does anyone
Come
remember
on.
the Memphis Belle?
the what?
The Memphis Belle? Great movie.
Are we watching Gremlins again?
I
No,
think I
no,
watched Gremlins.
oh my
Yeah.
Maybe that's a stream we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, just watch
no.
Live
watch
reaction
Gremlins.
Gremlins.
Kofi reward Gremlins. I can't do that. Oh my
Shot for
god.
shot remake by Face
My heart rate just went up a little bit.
Speaking of scary things, in this world, just going back to you briefly, and going back to the world, is there anywhere on the map that you think, whoa, that looks, a bit scary, or is there a scenario that you think, without revealing your backstories, that you think, oh, maybe a monster that you've thought, I just never want to go up against it, or
Well, after last season of fucking Beholder.
beholder?
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, fucking beholders.
Mhm. They're not easy, are they?
Without giving away backstory, probably.
I mean, don't get me wrong. This is all just stars and Twilight. Like, it's beautiful. It's a great place.
You
Never
might
danger.
know
Like the
why,
Edward
but
Cullen
the
Twilight?
world would, I think.
Well, what you reckon? Yeah. Okay.
It's got nothing to do with character or anything, but
No.
I guess the swampland up there is in the north. Just, I guess, personally, like having your legs kind of like in mud and
Yeah, gross.
being
Getting stuck.
incapacitated in case something's coming at you would be pretty creepy.
Yep.
Plus,
Definitely.
mosquitoes fucking suck, which we all know living in this area.
Literally.
Living in
Literally.
Yeah.
Yes, that guy. He never filled those helicopters with
Yeah.
mosquito juice.
What?
It's a controversy for another time.
Looking
Yeah.
lava, suspicious looking lava on the west.
Is there lava
Lava's
on this map?
fine.
I mean, there are a
No
couple
one's suffered
of
from lava.
volcanoes.
It's okay.
on
I'm
the
not
shore.
scared of lava this
Volcano in
season.
the ice area? Far left bottom. Yeah, is that a volcano?
Mount Nucci. Yep, it is.
Ice Kano.
I'm scared of the snow.
Sounds like a Mortal
For
Kombat
sure.
character.
Um,
Volcano.
Maybe this is a little bit of Emily shining through, but I fucking hate the cold.
Yeah.
I hate the cold. And when it's cold and it's dark and it's just
Good.
like the same looking stuff all day. Can't deal with that.
That can be a bit overwhelming, can't it?
Me no like.
Yeah. So cold, definitely. Snow. Good. Ice Kano. wins.
Michaela's just like,
Yes, right. Anywhere in particular, or you just like, yeah, looks it all looks
Well,
good.
I mean, it's again obscured, but the Wildwood.
The Wildwood
very
again.
top, this massive forest, which is just kind of floating
Mm.
over the top of everything, and with a big mountain. Is that a mountain?
Yeah.
Yeah. This one singular massive peak just rising out of this forest. So that's where I want to not go. It's eerie and weirdly placed.
Yeah. Yeah, fair.
I gotta go to the Crystal Graves.
Crystal Graves.
That looks cool.
It
as shit.
looks sounds like the Crystal Graves is
It's
on
a favorite
Twitter.
already.
It's a favorite already. Yeah. Interesting.
Another thing as well is the ocean is frightening.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
You're
Of
a
course.
cat.
I mean,
Yeah.
look, cats in water, right? Yeah, absolutely. See what happens. So we'll see if that happens to come about. Yeah. See? No. Okay.
What are your fears for our characters?
Pardon?
What are your fears for our characters?
I think the fears that I've got are the alliances that you'll make, the enemies that you'll make, what you'll come across, what you do with what you come across as well. I think all of encounter just generally is always going to be, especially at lower level. It's going to be difficult for such an unknown place for maybe some of your characters not to look at it all as just threats, as just wow, my life is on the line type of thing. Even though a lot of these things are going to be not that, you know, they're just going to need to be a case by case basis.
Right.
And for me, I think yeah, there's going to be times where making the right choice will really have, you know, ramifications on making your kingdom. Yeah, just rule it. Yeah, like Valara said. Ooh, you saw that too. All right.
Because
Yeah.
it's on Twitter now, so they can fucking
Of
zoom
course,
in.
yeah. Mask of Hassel. Yeah, that's just over here. Mask of Hassel right there. Yeah, just another landmark.
Hell Cell.
Hell Cell. Yes, absolutely.
Who do you think is going to fare best and worst in the world?
Great question.
So already, whenever magic is imbued in Vim, magic is welcome, and it's almost it flourishes. So as a bit of a spoiler for everybody, the magic in Vim is so alive, coming from the ground and the air itself around you. Everyone seems to be able to move through this new environment so quickly and with a blur. So everyone knows innately, as though they're breathing it, the spell Misty Step.
Hey,
So Misty Step is
yes, we all get Misty Step.
Do we all pick Misty Step? Every single one?
yes,
We all get it.
yes.
Amazing.
This guy who can fly,
How
he
many
really needs
times can we
Misty Step.
cast that?
You don't know. And so there's not a.
That wasn't the document that Michele sent us. No big deal.
Yeah,
It
Yeah,
was
but
in the document.
I
Yes.
got a choice as to.
Yes, you did. That's okay because you wanted. Yeah, because no, that's okay. That's
No,
right.
I'm
No, because actually I can reveal the why. The new supplement that came out. Forgive me, I cannot remember. But one of the character
Is it the
race,
dragon one or Strixhaven?
probably Strix. One of the newer options with Aarakocra specifically was at the start you have Gust of Wind, but I couldn't let you have both. So I wanted to give you the choice.
Right, so I had a choice between Gust of Wind and Misty Step. And obviously, I picked Misty Step.
But that is canon. That is like one of the supplements that you could have had.
I just assumed everyone had a choice and we all picked
Sure.
Misty
No.
Got it. Okay. My bad. Yeah.
But we all would have.
Yes.
No one wants go. No, I'm joking. But really, Misty Step is the way to go.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But yeah, look with that and you know that magic that's coming, I think anyone who practices magic will feel like there's a bit more of a belonging. And from what I gather, at some point or another, whether it's an item that you pick up or a class that you come into that you choose, you'll all take a hold of that power and use it and almost be welcomed by that that magic that's there, that's instilled within you. So I think anyone who practices magic or comes across magic in some way will flourish. And I from the sounds of it, from the sounds of what I'm hearing with what you're going to be and what your ideas are, that'll be all of you. So there's not
It's not answering my question.
There's not one character I can say will do better than another.
No, like, what I mean by that is, who do you think is least likely to die?
I know that's what you meant.
Then answer. Answer me.
The
me,
roll,
it's all-
the roll of the dice is
If you had to put money on it.
who has the lowest HP right now?
Jeez, who does?
No, but that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
it's hard to tell.
-8.
Yeah, exactly right.
Negative.
Why not?
It's hard to tell, you know. Or innately, wizards will obviously have the harder time because they might have one or two hit points at level 1, which would be ridiculous.
Can we donate for the dragons?
You can absolutely donate.
Dazzer and Bazzer.
Absolutely, you can donate to have a.
Iris.
Just in case y'all don't know, we've got a Ko-fi. Support us if you can. Thank you very much. But yeah, if you want to support us through there, I'm more than happy to bring a dragon into the fray and re-roll some characters. That's good. Yeah.
Shit.
Y'all
I'm
scared?
Does everyone have a backup character written?
No.
I've got an semblance of one.
I do.
Yeah.
An assembly. I like it.
I've mentioned one of the backups too.
Yeah, you have.
That would be horrifying. The one that, if I know what you're
$1,000
talking about.
Interesting.
Apparently, we're fighting a dinosaur for $1,000.
Ah, like I like to pronounce it, Atara-Siku.
I don't like that.
I'll buy
I know.
a real dinosaur for
It's a
Right.
Taras. It's a Taras.
Do it live.
Go to the Museum of Brisbane.
Is that a big Taras there?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
At the front.
Just
I'll get the Tyrannosaurus, but yeah.
Just throw down. Jeez.
That'd be amazing.
Oh.
And then it would actually crush you with all the bones. But
Maybe
You don't know, they're glued together, they might not fall.
It's hard to fight, not win.
oh yeah, fair. No, well look, $1,000. Goodness.
$1,000 would upgrade this entire set.
I didn't. Yeah, wouldn't even know what
We
to
would
do
not
with
be
that.
using $20 Kmart ring lights if that.
Correct. Yeah, we'd be upgrading all of this. Yes, 4K.
I do like these ring lights. These are good.
They're beautiful.
I'm excited to see where we go from level 1 just to level 5 is probably what I'm excited to see because we started last campaign at level 5. And we've done a fuck ton of mates quips now where we like go back and we talk about, oh, what would you have done in this situation? But I feel like that from level 1 to 5 is going to be far more intense.
Yeah.
It's like how do you learn to live in this world when all you've done is live in it?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, commoners, sort of a little rule I've seen is that commoners, so people who are not level 1, start with minus 300 experience points in that because they've got to train, they've got to learn,
yeah.
they've got to live. So it's interesting how you are already superior to that already, and you've come from that background and you've done so much. But how do you live exactly? Is that Shania Twain? I can't remember. But how do I live? No, I don't know.
Without
That's the one.
you,
I want to.
But then you're right. Level 1 to 5 is an entirely
Not a
different
bad.
experience altogether.
Yeah.
And who knows? You might spend a year getting to level 5. No, I'm kidding.
God, I hope not.
Fucking hell. What a grind. That's some World of Warcraft shit right there.
A lot of Travago's RPing came from skills and that you had as an artificer. So I do have ideas for, down the track, but then I also need to learn how to play at level 1
You need to
and
survive.
need to have a personality, which can suck.
That's
Instead of just going, yeah, I'll create you this.
Yeah. One of the best parts about it, which we did early in the campaign, is getting components, like needing to actually collect components and think ahead. Like some of those, in the earlier campaign, I would pick something up and fix it up. And be like, "What are you doing?" And then 5 episodes later, I would have the
Yeah,
That's
you
so cool.
did the
For that-
blood and bone. Remember that? That was episode like 26, I think.
It's really epic.
You made everyone breakfast. What was with you and cooking? Anyway, you made everyone breakfast and then you were like, yeah, but I'm going to crush up some fucking bone. And we were all like, what is Sheldon doing?
I needed it for one spell.
Yeah.
That's it. So yeah, we actually, because I don't think at level 1 we have component pouches.
No, so I guess
Shit.
so. We'll discuss sort of the ins and outs of preparing spells and stuff outside of this, and what you'd have to do. But it'd be a similar rule that I tried to sort of instill last season, but
Yeah.
may not have sort of cemented.
We never had diamonds. We just were allowed to
I-
resurrect it. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Just have to just
Except that
resurrect.
one time I used crystal and it didn't work.
Yes, but then you had that lightest of diamond, and you just gave it to everyone.
Yeah,
Which is very
I was the diamond guy at the end.
Yeah.
Is it
Hey, I'm the
Julia?
guy with the diamonds. Come get my diamonds. 10% off my diamonds.
You catchphrase.
Wait.
Michael Hill, Trivago.
Amazing.
Come get it.
I guarantee you will not need to wait that many episodes for level 5. Don't worry, it's okay.
Whoa, like 5 up? No, I'm joking.
I mean, yeah, we're still doing one a week. Oh yeah, by the way, we're still doing one a week. It'll be a constant Tuesday night. We're not changing the night.
Ardent Roleplay is going to be there. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, Ardent Roleplay, yeah, will be in there. Absolutely, the overlay will look a little different. Yeah, it'll be pretty cool. Mm.
Can I ask this? Probably more directed to you, anything else? But do you have like Luna specific dice coming? Because I know you're a dice hoarder.
Oh, yes.
Because this is something like I kind of touched on
Well,
a little bit in.
Do I
Nate's
have
script.
dice? Yes, I have a few sets of dice. I think I've already got 5 sets of dice for Luna.
Whoa.
But they're not ones that I've had like commissioned or anything like that. They're just ones that I've picked up along the way.
Yeah.
My first official like Luna themed set is going to be coming from Aeon Craft, who I've commissioned to make me a dice set. And who is going to you don't have to keep that information a secret anymore, Aeon Craft. It's all gonna be coming out now. Who I sent like a photo of my color palette to. But aside from that, I've got some Mithril Foundry dice. I've got like a chunky D20 with a flower in it. I've got some like iridescent silver dice that look like crystals. So my palette is very like florals and crystal themed.
Mm.
What about you? You do. I know you do.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, this is something that
A little bit
we
jelly.
touched on a little bit in Mate's quip. I answered one question about how I guess playing D&D affected me, and I'm like, well, I was sitting in the middle of a farm paddock at work on a break and trolling Etsy and ended up buying some dice. So now that you've seen Sid's artwork, maybe if you might have to zoom in on Twitter, but he does have some runic tattoos all over him. Inspired by kind of your Norse and Nordic sort of standard runes, but I did find a pair of dice, well, a set of dice that are themed with the Nordic runes, and even got a dice box that was etched with Nordic runes.
Been eyeing
so,
off this store for so long.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're due to turn up hopefully before we roll for like the first session. But yes, they will be.
Who are they from?
You are wizards. I'm sure a lot of people are probably aware of that.
They're glass dice.
Yeah, they are glass dice. I got the I think blue lightning glass with the gold Nordic runes on it. But yeah,
That'd be really like, looking.
hopefully
forward
they
to
show up before, because I kind of want to roll exclusively with these dice, and it'll piss me off if they roll one.
Me and Ben have been looking at You Are Wizards for so long. Ben found them, and there's like this prismatic, like reflective fucking rainbow dice. They're like, they look like clear, but when you light on them, it's like rainbow.
Yeah.
And then you like the tiger's eye ones.
Yeah.
From my understanding as well. So cool.
Yeah.
I got some Meeples dice too. Meeples is great.
Yeah, they actually, so Meeples, that's who I'll be picking mine up from. They do a set called the Dark Fae dice as well, so very fitting for our campaign.
Okay.
Their glass dice that they've just released as
Yeah.
well. Oh my god. So good.
Yummy.
Without
Did
dropping
you say
out,
yummy?
Yummy. Without dropping advertising, actual Meeples and Dragons dice looking amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, check in with them if you haven't recently. Everything there is looking great.
Amazing.
I picked up a
You got Tiger's Eye, like
Yeah, I didn't have the name on hand, but I got the tiger eye looking ones, brown and gold.
oh, so
And
pretty.
they're stunning. That's what I'll be rolling with.
I got some
Abacus.
purple ones from them and some multicolored ones, like pink,
Yeah.
green, purple. Oh my god, they are so pretty. I'm obsessed with sharp edge dice.
Mm.
Are you gonna get some new dice?
I don't know
Oh,
yet.
some Vim dice.
Don't know.
But
I think
you
I
have
do
to.
need.
You gotta get some Aeon Crafts.
Yeah, I'll have a look and see.
Yeah, I didn't like your
I'll see.
dice from last season. You
No?
used to roll really high, so.
Oh,
They
sure.
were
Get some
Aeon
new
Craft,
earlier.
were they not? And the metal dice.
Yeah. There were Aeon Crafts and metal. Yeah.
Don't make him anymore, please, Aeon Craft.
Yeah, there you go.
Did very well. Yeah, so that's.
Or
that's
weight
gonna
them
be
so that they roll ones. Every time.
That's gonna be the dice picks of next season. I like that. Until they go into jail and then another couple.
Me.
Yeah.
Jail.
Little correction, they're called the Fey Dark Blue.
Fade up.
Fade up.
Hey, how do you know that these Fae are going to be dark? Come on, there's not a theme of
It's the
them.
darkness of the world.
Sure. The vibrancy.
It's
behind
also
it,
that
definitely.
Velo has actually decided that all Fae are evil
Ah, got it.
already.
Thanks so much, John. That's really appreciative. I will kindly decline that. Thank you very much.
John. Should we do some writing?
I think so. Do you want to announce it?
You want me to do this?
Yeah, announce it.
As
Go on.
resident announcer for Mate's Quip. I know. So I've fucking lost all train of thought. No. So first of all, I'm going to make a vow live on stream now because Michele doesn't believe I can do it. But my next season character is not going to say the word fuck.
Ooh, what?
No, that's not gonna happen.
Your character or you?
My
In
character
between.
will not swear.
Okay, your character.
Yeah, but you can't say it and then say no. But that was me, Emily.
Oh, I won't do that.
Okay.
Unless we're like having banter
Sure.
before we go on a break.
Sure.
If it's very clear that we're sitting there going, oh, it's fucking break time, I'm going to do that. Like, obviously.
Luna, how dare you?
What's your parents do?
But I will make a vow here, live on stream, that I'm going to attempt not to swear as Luna.
Better draw it out of you by like episode 3.
Unless it's character development.
And then, I mean,
Yeah,
Sheldon.
I didn't vow. You challenged me. You said, how far can you get without saying bruh? Velo won't say bruh. I will say bruh. A lot. Especially the way you roll. But no, I don't think, no. Velo's...
Can you go a campaign without saying the word yeet?
Hey, at least it's honest.
Yeah, I did see dice where the 20 was a yeet as well.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. You get cat ones there as well. Cat
You
noses.
can.
So no bra, no fuck, and we'll be fine.
Well, no swearing.
No
in general.
swearing. Goodness.
That's not...
It's not,
No way.
No biscuits.
Little faith. Ye of little faith.
2 sessions, yeah, beautiful. Anywho, with that in mind.
Anyway, with that in mind, speaking of vows we're going to make our characters, we're going to ask ourselves some questions in advance.
Yeah.
So one of the coolest things we've been able to do is come together and discuss all of the weird decisions we've made and relationship developing and questions that we've always wanted to know from Michele. So we're going to write a question from ourselves as players to ourselves as players for future, maybe the first or second Mate's Quip that we do. And we're also going to write a question to our characters for the first or second Mate's Quip.
Cool.
So one to ourselves and one to our characters to answer in the first Mate's Quip, and we'll write them and then we'll share them with the stream.
Tonight.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
so they can hold us accountable.
Ooh.
Maybe I can.
really should
Okay.
be thinking about this one.
Well, I'm gonna now know what my question to myself is.
It's a Lara.
So-
That one is amazing.
Like a question from Velo to Velo and a question from Sheldon to Sheldon.
Yeah,
While that is
and then we're gonna seal
happening,
them in an envelope.
while they're writing their questions, does everyone remember those characters that I said had won and were going to be NPCs? Well, I haven't forgotten. So, for those in the chat that have made your NPCs for this purpose, Season 2, they are going to actually be here. So what I'd like from you is, I'd like from you, those who did were kind enough to donate to make a character. This is season 2's. These are going to be season 2's characters, season 2's NPCs. That during yes, of course, I haven't forgotten. I want to reward you, and this is how it's going to happen. But these characters, please send through D20. Please send through to my personal DM, which
It's just Veneselda.
is just Veneselda. That's right. That's my personal one. At Veneselda on Twitter. Private message me your character, race, class, and a quirk or something about that character that you want me to include. And I will. I'm ready to make NPCs. So go for it. As such,
Has anyone actually sent theirs through to you? yet?
they did. They have done. So I'll check my DMs for those. But send them through again if that's okay. Off limit races? No, because this world is. I mean, give me the idea that you've got. But I'm fairly happy for any, apart from maybe having an entire race of Tarasques. And one of them being an NPC.
Ibis is off limits.
That
so is
trades,
Cane Toad.
Yeah, that trades in sand vials, or information. That sort of thing. I'll just send you through my divine source on a different name. Perfect. That's cool.
I'm actually finding this quite difficult.
I'm just.
I'd be
writing
very
down
interested to know what our first mage quip is going to sound like.
Is one of the questions how I present my character?
that. It's hood to hood, and Ben to Ben.
That's such a cool illustration, Sid. I do like that a lot.
Yes.
That facial features.
No, we're gonna read it out
The
first.
artist is William Liberto. Liberto?
Don't look
Roberto,
at me.
yeah.
William Liberto. If you search that on Etsy, or if you just type in D&D character art, he seems to come up fairly quickly. Very quick turnaround from sending through the idea and confirming the order and getting the actual artwork. So
Waiting for artwork is so fucking tense.
Yes.
I get so
yeah.
excited. I'm like,
but yeah, easy to work with. Didn't do any revisions or anything. I sent through a bunch of reference images and then a short blurb, and I'm like, cool, that is
exactly what I
pretty much what I was picturing, and probably better than what I was picturing. So
That's really cool. Yeah, I do like that. Okay,
Is everyone okay? Are you all
everyone's
right
good
then?
with questions?
Or will you be ready by the time we get to you?
Yeah.
Sheldon, we'll start with Sheldon to Sheldon and Emily to Emily and John to
Okay.
John, Ben to Ben. What's your question to yourself for the first Make's Quip?
So mine is, hey, you handsome legend / hero. What part of Velo has been the hardest on the group, and would you change it?
Cool.
That's a good fucking question.
That'll be a good barometer to know if there's how you guys are how we're meshing and all that stuff too.
Sweet.
If anything's just a pain,
Nice.
not for you guys.
Major
but for
pain.
me.
Hey there, Emily. The stream thinks you can't do it. Did you actually?
Jeez.
Did you actually go up until now without swearing in character? You're doing great, hon.
No, like the first episode.
Yeah, cool. That's this man's squib is going to be a big disappointment.
to me, hey big guy, have you sought help in regards to Emily hitting you once the cameras turn off? Stay strong, champ.
Help us.
That was my joke one.
That's an absolute joke. I've never touched George.
To
He's
J-Dog.
speaking on behalf of a friend.
How do you feel balancing being a dick to and developing a relationship with the other characters is going?
That's cool. I like that.
Ben to Ben.
Hmm.
Did I keep my accent up until this is drawn?
Cool. Awesome.
Okay, what's Velo asking Velo?
My Velo question gives a little hint about my backstory. It's not too bad, but
Just
up
say
to you.
it. Just say it.
all right.
I think everyone's is going to.
All right.
Mm.
Hi, Velo. Did you find any clues about your daughter?
Ooh.
Cool.
Speaking of family,
Makes my question feel worse now.
oh,
You have one
I
question
know
to
where
change
that's
it.
Hey,
going.
Sid.
Did I?
How's Willow's daughter?
Fuck. Hey Luna, are you okay? These people are weird. Have you settled in okay? But seriously, have you seen your parents? Hope you're okay.
Okay.
Hey Sid. What do Aarakocra eggs taste like?
Don't worry about it. Solved. Solved.
Did I learn to appreciate someone other than myself?
Cool.
Ooh,
Oh.
looking for love. The Tabaxi Valentine's Day premiere. No,
Oh, wait, what?
it's not on
Oh, thank
Valentine's Day.
God.
Do we have an episode on Valentine's Day?
Yeah, is that Tuesday?
No.
Is that on a Tuesday?
No, it's 15th.
Oh, it's on a Monday.
We're good.
Can we do a love themed episode?
We can do a love themed
On-
episode.
on the
I think we
15th?
should. We
It's
should
all love?
seasonally.
Oh my god, are we going to
Yeah.
are we going to Romancing the Dungeon?
Yeah.
We're just like rocking up and like, hey man.
Oh, man.
Doing
I'm declaring myself Sid's nemesis. Yeah, okay.
Well, Promethean does play an Aarakocra monk in his
Oh,
campaign.
that's right. So, that was a very big insult. Yes, of course. Very
How
cool.
big are Aarakocra eggs?
They're massive. They're probably pineapple size.
That's not massive. That's a
No,
pineapple.
I eat pineapples.
You try again. Anyway.
Yeah, you try to spin that out. Yeah.
Moving right along. So, what do we think?
Let's recap. What have we discovered tonight? We discovered the world of Vim.
World of Vim was put out there.
That's somewhere in 13 episodes of Misery Guts exists
Yes.
Ben cameo.
Yes, with the beard. Yep.
Year 7, I would have been 12. 13.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I want to see this. Cute
Perfect.
little
Yeah, no, I've literally been like
Cute little
skimming
Ben.
through episodes in the breaks.
Oh,
Nice.
this makes my heart sing a little bit. Speaking of singing though, Fight Club over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fight Club the musical.
Did a monologue. Learned about you, like your characters, a lot more, which is fantastic, and how you feel about each other so far. That's cool. Bit about the one shots we've done, or the play tests. That was cool. I can't wait to hopefully in the coming weeks, months, and years, however long this campaign lasts.
Can you imagine
Hopefully-
10 years down the road? Welcome to Fates Group Season 2, Episode 824.
Shout out to D20.
After that, 10 years from now, would like
No, it would
Be
not be
like
800. It would
probably
be
9 years.
3,000.
9 years after Valley's natural death.
Yeah. Still alive somehow.
It's like a necromancer Aarakocra.
Yeah, we can't go. Velo doesn't have that long.
No, actually, the one thing I wanted to ask before we ended up,
We could do a reintroduction and answer this question if you'd like.
I probably just want to put it out there. Do you want to, as best as you can, providing that you don't die, get to level 20 this campaign?
Yes.
Never
Is
gotten the 20 before.
That's a dream. That's a dream.
For me, not so necessary.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is that because you'll only get a +9 at level 20? Or?
Maybe. No. It's the story progression.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't impact the leveling.
Of course.
Yeah.
I agree.
Absolutely, and it definitely won't.
It's okay, it doesn't make you
The
so
priority
confused.
won't be.
No, let's start at 20.
Well, that's it. Yeah, it won't back.
Episode 1.
I
Benjamin
think that
Button
might
Bella.
actually be more dependent on how you want to level us up.
Of course,
Yeah.
exactly right. Yeah, I'm excited because there's initially and for a long time there probably won't be a timeline of threats. I guess like Frazo Blue was. So
Oh my god.
there'll be time for RPing. There'll be time for exploring. It'll be an adventure. Let's
There
go on
are
another
so
adventure.
many things, and I know we shouldn't reminisce too much on campaign 1, but we will. Because it was pretty fucking special. if I like look back at the storylines I wish we got to explore, there is probably at least 10. Like, obviously would have loved to explore Osei's backstory and that fucking premonition that was had by Gunnar and like the vampire clan. I would have loved to go and fight those vampires and fucking yeet them off the world. Would have loved to meet Molestra's daughter and try to convince her to like talk out the best of Molestra. There's so much shit that I wish we could have done. Would have loved to spend more time with the council at King Borinel's castle after he passed away, but there were too many looming threats. Things like that.
A little possible extra from Travago's backstory there that we never got to
Make squib about. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, just so many stories. So I think this campaign, like, we get to start fresh. I think we, it's our first campaign that we've played with you as our DM as well. So it's learning your DM style too, right? So I think one thing we didn't do is we never like questioned you or pushed you.
Yeah.
We were just kind of like,
Let's keep it going.
trust the all-powerful DM.
That's it.
We were never like,
now
"Nah."
you got the power.
Nah, I'm going to fight you on this. And not for rules, but
Yeah, of
like,
course, yeah.
nah, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
I did
Fantastic.
it,
Not
I did
die.
it in
No.
character.
Oh,
You did it in character.
go the other extreme, you'll like roll well and I'll flip the table and go, fuck you, go.
But the show will still go on. Bloodied and bruised, it will go on. Yeah.
That is a glass table.
Yeah.
That would
That'll
hurt.
be fun. Yeah.
That's a
I've got
heavy
a strength score of 8, so I'll be like,
All four of
I
us.
just got Papa Roach in my head just then.
What?
Smash my life into
Yeah.
This is my last resort.
On that
the
note,
table. I'm a Kaylee.
I think before we
could listen
go
to that on the
out,
Sony
let's
Discman
do a
all
quick
day.
like round of who we're going to be next season,
okay, go for it.
including you.
Hello, I'm Michele. For season 2, I will be your DM and hopefully provide you with many voices, entertainment, and
building.
wondrous places that you've never seen or heard of before. And I am looking forward to and honored to do that with everybody in front of me. I love them very much.
Go, Ben.
Me? I will be playing Atticus Hood.
Ooh.
I'm a rogue, and I will be here to slate all of Vim's woes
Lovely.
and see justice brought to my family. I am a tabaxi, and I'm fucking handsome.
Wow, you got real Australian there.
Excellent. Go for it.
I will be playing Sid Degenerate, a drow.
Do you have a voice?
Unfortunately,
Where to put
not.
the pressure on?
Unfortunately, this dapper man here does have far better voice.
So says meow.
Like a tiger.
I
I
hate this.
will be a fighter dick. And then...
So a detective.
yeah.
Ah, cool.
And let's face it, it's quite obvious at some point a bard.
An aspiring bard.
Right now I'm an aspiring bard because I'm level 1.
I'm Emily. I'm the resident dick. Like
So many
you.
investigators.
So no, I'm the bitch of the stream. I'm joking. I'm gonna be playing Luna Solar or Tarot. Say that 10 times fast. Who won't be swearing next season? Stop laughing.
Episode 1.
No,
Guaranteed.
that one.
Yeah.
No, that's fine because it's
This is humbling.
I'm
There it is.
joking. Yeah, Luna Solar or Tarot, the high elf druid, who is definitely not Amara.
Beautiful.
My name's Sheldon. I'll be playing Velo Stormfront, a old Aarakocra druid. Kinda, yeah, an old Aarakocra
In
druid.
Michaela's words, haggard.
Haggard. Who is along for the ride and excited for the adventure.
Cool.
Roll the tape.
Yeah. I think the last thing we'll do this evening before we bid you all farewell is show you one more time a sneak preview into what you hopefully will be seeing a bit more of next week on episode 1, season 2 of Fate's Grip. Set in Vim. Have a wonderful night.
7 days to go.
And goodbye.
Thanks for joining, everyone.